one of the most important people to make comics, to enter the industry of comics in the last 30 years is Mr. Robert Kirkman, who is the boss of Skybound, an imprint at Image Comics, where he was made retroactively a boss of Image Comics, one of the most important figures there. This individual said that intellectual comics are boring. That in his mind, that's what that word means. That's what he associates it with.
Correct. Can't have the brain wrinkle.
Okay.
It damages it. And you keep it smooth.
Chicken cutlet brain.
That's right.
It's a shocking take that maybe shouldn't be so shocking, considering some previous thoughts that were shared. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into all of what Robert Kirkman had to say and turn it for probably an hour here live on the Comics Pals. And of course, to have the conversation, we've got Marco,
Celsius,
Tyler.
I'm not Rom V.
Nope.
And I'm not Rom V either. I am Sean. Thank you for being here, whether you're alive or in the future. Smash that like button if you like what we do. Rom V was supposed to be with us.
Damn.
Yeah.
And
is that him? No.
At the last minute, I mean, gosh, when did that email come?
30-minute heads up. It was a 30-minute heads up. So
to be fair, we did have 30 minutes of knowledge.
That's right. Yeah, to panic a little.
Yeah. And so we had to put a show on, and your boys scrambled, and we got something together that we think is going to be pretty fun. And one of the things we're going to do as a make good is we're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to open up the phone lines. We're not going to make that a part of the goal. We're just going to do it today.
Call in.
So we can have some fun with you guys.
Call in.
And, yes, call in when we ask you to. And yeah, so that should be fun.
Yeah, I remember, like, I was like, oh, I got the show ready already. I can sleep in. I had the snooze button. I never hit the snooze button. And that, as soon as I hit the snooze button, I knew
everything went wrong.
That's not the way to go. I can't be snoozing.
I hit the snooze button too, but when I picked it up to look at my phone to press it, I saw that there were multiple texts to our chat. And I was like,
never good. Never good on a Saturday.
Yeah. JetX has been a channel member for 13 months. Says, rip to the interview. Hopefully y'all are able to reschedule. Also, 13 palful motherfucking months. Time flies with the pals. P.S. Viewers join the Discord. That's a great P.S. The Discord is totally free. There's no cost associated with being a part of it at all, no matter what. So come hang out with us over there. Thank you, Jeff.
Just posted the link for anybody who wants to hop on.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Flo Dammer with a $4.99. No Rom V, but there is motion. Thank you.
Always.
There's motion, huh? There's motion back there, huh?
Always in the ocean.
And then Atomic Hound has been a member for 34 months. Is there anybody even sniffing his time? No way.
That's no way. 2 months away from 3 years.
I've been on the show that long?
I guess.
Yeah.
But I joined like last year.
No, longer. You've been on for 3 years, no?
Clearly a joke.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not that temporally challenged.
I was like, wait a second. No, Tyler. More time.
I remember being on the show in a different house entirely.
Different life circumstance entirely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Marco, why don't you share your hot take, dude?
Yo, you know what?
No, I want to say, Sean, don't let him do this to himself.
I'll do it, dude. Said it. I'll do it. I got there is a nuanced, smooth, wrinkled brain thought.
No, it's very smooth.
I'm gonna stop that from happening. I shouldn't have said it. It's just funny to me. So
that's Marco's minute. Careful what the wheel lands on, okay?
Oh my God.
Careful what the wheel lands on.
You guys do not even want to hear this.
No. No,
Rom
it's
V
gonna
would
turn into a
definitely
2-man show.
Yeah, we would definitely get canceled by Rom V for sure. Um, but yeah, so Robert Kirkman made some comments, and I'm gonna adjust my voice here. So if I get too loud, tell me.
Oh,
That's better. That's better.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna change your voice, like just do a new accent. You know, suddenly you're a Southern Baptist.
You never know. I could switch it up at any time.
You could.
Uh, okay. Electric says you say Collins, but being in Europe, I'm now gonna Google for 30 minutes, missing that of the show, trying to find out what that would cost. Would WhatsApp work? Sure, it's a number.
It's a
Right?
Google Voice number, so I don't know what international. It should just work if you're using
Yeah.
like a WhatsApp, but
Yeah. Entertain me with the 19 months at the VI Pal tier. Thank you, brother. Says, hey, pals, prepare for my call, which means prepare for a good time.
oh boy.
Scary. Okay. Let's talk about Robert Kirkman's comments. So, while he was speaking with Den of Geek, he said, and of course, Robert Kirkman is promoting Terminal right now. That's his newest book, and it's kind of well, it's pretty action forward, I would say, at least from the first issue. That was my impression. It's pretty propulsive in that way. So this is what Kirkman said. The 90s comics were so focused on staying energetic and exciting and in your face. And that's something that we're trying to bring back to comics. I think as things have gotten more writer driven, things have gotten a little bit more intellectual. And when I hear intellectual, I hear boring. We're trying to broom the boring out of comics the best we can. Now, that's a fun soundbite. Broom the boring out of comics. And Kirkman's great at that. He has a similar quality to Stan Lee in that he's able to rattle off these very quick, snappy lines that are funny and engaging and can distract you from what is actually being said. And in this case, I think he's exemplifying what he's talking about. His statements are action, they're 90s, they're fun, it's in your face, you know, but it's sound and fury that represents nothing. To say that comics have gotten too intellectual, well, what do we think about that statement? Is there any validity to what he is saying? As the industry has gotten more writer driven, have things gotten more intellectual? And is that a bad thing? Is that boring? Are comics boring now?
It's funny because I'm trying to think of like Kirkman's comics, right? And you got your Invincibles, you got your Walking Dead, Energon, where he's doing Void Rivals and Transformers, and now Terminal. And none of them really have the talking head issue. Sometimes Transformers will have a talking bot issue, but that was when DWJ was on it. So at least from Kirkman's end, that's not how he writes his books. And they're pretty straightforward books, if I'm being honest. Maybe the most obtuse would have been like Outcast, but even that was pretty straightforward, and it's just being an occult thing. And to be fair, that's why I like Kirkman books. But I like a lot of other books for a lot of other reasons. I think he's painting with a huge Liefeld gun-sized brush with this. And I think harkening back to the early Image era, don't we make fun of that? Don't we make fun of that era in terms of just being extreme slop in a way? I think the rose glasses are on. The rose tinted glasses are on right now for Kirkman, and it may be how he likes his books, but I'm reading a Danny Warren Johnson Skybound book not because of the action, because Danny Warren Johnson knows how to tell a heartfelt story that actually has some, brains behind it. I'm reading a Dennis Camp book because it's a talk on real world issues through the lens of a superhero or something like that. So I think this is an insanely reductive statement.
Yeah. The brush is, or rather, the broom is being
Yeah.
thrown at all comics, seemingly. And it's definitely not a fair take that the that because you have maybe something to say or the artistry that you're bringing to a certain book is making that less interesting. And I think the contents of those things are not even at the core. I think to what you're saying, Tyler, the heart, the actual emotion makes whether or not a intellectual or an action-packed book that much more enjoyable and elevated. So I don't even think that you were, Kirkman's coming at it from the right perspective in the first place. And frankly, I mean, there's a lot of those action-packed, turn off your brain comics that are boring simply because uh, they become too straightforward. But that doesn't mean that that's bad necessarily. That just means that maybe it's not my flavor, not my taste, and maybe there is something that Robert's going back to, and he's saying we need to get back to the '90s era because stuff's a little. Think books are a little stuffy right now, and that's too much to handle, man.
Um, it for me, this is very disappointing because Kirkman I think he's super talented.
Yeah.
I think that the comics that he writes are good. They're not necessarily smart, but they're good. And I think that he's one of a few writers who have mastered the ability to come up with a really exciting premise for a book. I mean, I did not like Terminal one bit,
No,
Yep.
me
but
neither.
a lot of people really did. Like that book connected with a lot of you. And I can't deny that. So, maybe in that respect, he's onto something, but it works for him. And I think that's the biggest key takeaway for me is that Robert Kirkman can say this because Robert Kirkman is able to make the kind of comic that he's talking about good. And
Mm.
even again, didn't love Terminal, but it connected with so many more people than just than me not liking it. And then we have to consider The Walking Dead. We have to consider Invincible. We have to consider that these are two of the biggest franchises that comics has spawned since Spawn. If you're talking about non-IP, what was non-IP when it came out.
Hmm.
But neither one of them is going to make your brain, fire. Neither one of them is going to really just keep you up at night thinking. They're very simple premises. Walking Dead is about the zombies, the zombie apocalypse. Wow, there's 5 million things about that. Maybe less so when he wrote it, but
No.
still, it didn't turn the genre on its head in a way that we hadn't seen before. I guess it focuses on the survivors, but don't all zombie stories focus on the survivors? Who the fuck else are you going to focus on? It's kind of the same shit we've seen.
I think that's a good example. Actually, that's a great example for the current state of where comics are at because that was very much driven by the characters. I think he does characters really well, their development, the consequences, the actions, the things that take place. And then you have a zombie book like uh, Bleeding Hearts, which
Hmm.
completely radical take on it. Emotional. It's much smaller in scope. You can tell some sort of nuanced story to it, but it's being driven by that emotion. And I think The Walking Dead is driven by a different kind of emotion, a different kind of pace. So again, it feels like it's going back to this emotionality, not the necessarily guise that you put it under of action or of intellectual. Because I think Dennis Camp is a smart writer, but and I'm wondering to what degree this is what Kirkman's feeling. I don't have the terminal numbers in front of me. I don't know to what degree. Number one. I'm sure sold, incredible, right?
300 plus K.
I don't know what the pre-orders for number two are. I wonder if there's a harsh drop off, and this is me speculating now, but I wonder if this isn't a I expected better numbers, and maybe I'm a little peeved at this. And you guys of the current reading class are turning your brains on. This is a dumb, fun book. Come buy my book.
I don't feel like it was that. That's very Stanley to do. But I don't feel like it was that because it sold well.
Sure.
Like, I don't think it's him clapping back at fans, and Kirkman's not the kind of guy to do that. But like, man, it just seems. I mean, I almost wish you'd call out other books, just to see where his gauge for what smart is. You know what I mean? Like I'm reading. Like I love Battle Beast. Battle Beast is a really, really fun book. But I'm done with that book in 2 minutes. I'm not boring over it. I'm not thinking about how I could. Like, there's probably a reason we don't talk about it on the show because every review of it was, oh, that looked cool. Like, there's nothing to chew over with it. And sure, that's candy comics, that's popcorn comics, but like, those aren't the comics I think about when I think of my favorite comics. And I think this is just a very small view on comics. And like, and maybe a monetary view on comics, which I think is the wrong way of looking at things as well. Like, sure, Image was selling well in the 90s. Sure, your books sell really well, Kirkman. And maybe more books would sell well if they were in the same vein as yours. But I don't think that's a way of thinking about art. In fact, I don't think this is an artistic way of thinking about comics.
Well, this may be crude, but let's take a look at the difference between the two Transformers runs that we have had so far in the new era. One from Daniel Warren Johnson and the other from Kirkman. Now, I stopped buying the Kirkman version pretty much after Dan Mora left because I saw what I needed to see. And I wasn't in love with all of the Daniel Warren Johnson version, but there are very clear differences between them. I'm not saying that Daniel Warren Johnson reinvented the wheel with Transformers. He didn't. But what he did bring to it was a level of emotionality that made it a book that you could continue to think about after you put it down. There were issues that were very impactful that had weight and stakes. And I'm not saying that Kirkman doesn't do weight and stakes because he does, but he does them in an action forward way. It's very different.
To kind of put a period on what you're saying, Sean, is like Dan Warren Johnson was focused a lot on the human characters and the relation to the Autobots and the Decepticons at the same time, and what this kid can do, and you know his relationship with his dad, and the idea of war with his dad and losing his father. As soon as Kirkman takes over, those characters are still there, but they took the back seat of the most unliked Transformer. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it now is just focusing on Autobots versus Decepticons war. It's toys clashing now, which like I still like the book, but it's not making me like it's not kicking me in the gut like Daniel Warren Johnson's version did, which I think is a good depiction of where Kirkman comes from in his philosophy of comics.
That's fair, and that has a right to exist, and you know, to be fair, be free of some criticism simply for it being that. So it's weird to hear Kirkman lob, you know, an otherwise pretty lukewarm take at comics in general.
And the other thing that bothers me a lot about this statement is that it makes the assumption that every single comic that is quote unquote intellectual, which of course, like, how do you define that? But put that part aside. It presupposes that they're all just boring. Like that's what, like, in his mind, and this is a guy who has a lot of power in comics, and in that person's mind, intellectual comics are boring. So when you hear that, it automatically makes me think, well, he has publishing power. How does he use that?
That's a good point.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point, Sean. Because what does that look like for a Skybound book? You know?
Yeah.
It looks like Dork, which is like another fun book, but I wouldn't call Dork smart. It's actually kind of crude, but that is the point of the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the key. No one here, certainly not the three of us, are saying that action comics are boring. I don't think that. I love a book where you can just turn your brain off a little bit and have some fun.
We read big two superhero books. Like this is the majority of
Yes,
what we read.
exactly. Like this isn't Shakespeare most of the time. And that's not to discredit the Dennis Camps of the world, the Ron V's of the world, Jonathan Hickmans of the world, the writers who, will tickle your brain and will make you think and will go deep. Like there are writers who try to do that aren't good at that. And
Mhm.
that's not the same thing. Dennis Camp is good at what he does. Absolute Martian Manhunter is not boring for being smart.
It like the whole take is just very small minded. Like it's just there's so many flavors of comics, and that's the good thing about comics. To say that it should all really maybe be more like this is smooth brained.
Of an era that only sort of exuded one type of style, one type of writing element. Like
Of an era that we all know almost killed comics too, by the way.
it's a little aggressive, to be honest, which is kind
Yeah.
of wild considering where we're at with this is the new renaissance of comics.
It's
And
like a
it's weird
conservative
that
take. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's a
yeah.
comics conservative take. Like let's go back to the days of the good old boys. You know what I mean? Like
Everyone had a pocket to
yeah.
spare.
Go back to 90s comics where there was no women. I'm not saying he's saying that, but like it kind of feels regressive in that way.
We got a couple super chats here to tackle. Nathan Chaffin, that's a new name that I haven't seen before, so welcome and thank you for the 10 spot, brother. I'm a big fan of Kirkman's last project, Firepower, with Chris Samnee on art. His recent statement is confusing because that book had a lot to say and was very smart in execution. Highly recommended. And again, Robert Kirkman is not he is a smart man.
Yeah.
There's no way you get to the position that he is in without being a smart man. He just tells the kind of comic stories that he wants to see, and he happens to be really good at that. And I haven't read Firepower, but it doesn't feel crazy to me that the execution would have been smart. I totally believe you. I
And his
just don't
books,
understand. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, his books also do well because his name is on it. It
Yeah.
has a cachet to it.
Yep.
If Terminal comes out and it's not his name on the book, it does not sell as well. Like he has that position of power to be able to say like, oh, the books I'm doing do well. Maybe more people should do books like me. Well, they're also Robert Kirkman books.
Right.
And it can be hard to divorce yourself from that reality. That because to
Yeah.
Robert Kirkman, he's just who he is. But to the
Right.
industry and to people, his fans, he's a juggernaut.
He gets more grace because of that too. He's free of a bit more of that criticism as well, because people who have a history with him, oh, this is maybe not the strongest thing, but I'll check out issue 2. Oh, it'll get better because I trust him. Like there is an inherent bias is maybe too strong, but there is a leaning towards giving him grace.
Wow, the super chats are really coming in. Thank you. And I feel like the goal isn't working because
It's weird.
4 out of 10.
It's not counting every super chat that comes in. We'll monitor it. If it doesn't, if it's not right by the end, we'll obviously acknowledge the rest of the chats. Common Sense with a 4.99, thank you, says Chris Somney's art on Firepower helps him get recognition. After that, he and his wife Laura made Joanna and Impossible Monsters. Small girl fights kaiju. Whenever you have Chris Somney on art, that's gonna help a lot.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Robert Kirkman has benefited from having some of the greatest artists ever working on his books.
Yeah, I think Somni had recognition even before Firepower at that point. Like there's a
Yeah.
reason why Somni was on Firepower. I'm sure the money helped him be able to do something like Joanna and the Ensemble Monsters.
I thought, well, maybe I misinterpreted. I thought Common Sense was saying the opposite, but I guess you're probably right. Yeah, reading that through, yeah, that's probably right. But I feel like Somni was already a name, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Daredevil.
Huge
Yeah,
name.
he's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rami Darwish with the 5 spot. Terminal is feeding on 90s nostalgia, which is totally fine, and I liked it. But personally, I would enjoy more books like Lazarus and Hoxpox. Who has ever read House and Powers and said it was boring?
Kale?
No.
No, he
No.
liked it. He liked it. Okay.
Yeah. I think even he recognized
Yeah, which is saying something.
it.
Like it's just a weird take. DC Crane with a 5 spot. Guess he doesn't like Action Comics when Brainiac and Lex show up. LOL. Shout out to the pals for putting a show together for us at the last moment. You're welcome, brother. Thank you for coming and watching despite not having Rom here with us. Joel Anderson with a 10 spot. Thank you, Joel. Shout out to JetX and the rest of the Discord
Yeah.
community. Join the Discord for great times. Totally.
Hell
JetX
yeah.
getting a direct shout out in Super Chat. Wild.
Hell yeah. Deserved. And my buddy Maddie, who I just got a victory in Slay the Spire with last night.
Who up slaying their
$4.99.
spire? Apparently,
Hell
Sean and
yeah.
Maddie.
Yup. Into the nighttime. Robert just said that to better market comics to our Kentucky hometown.
Maddie, go knock on his door and tell him to get on the phone.
Oh God, that would be incredible.
Real quick.
Imagine if we got Robert on here.
We have before.
Well, we've had him on. Oh yeah, what am I
We had him.
saying?
We had
Yeah,
him.
we've had
Oh
him.
my
Yeah, we interviewed
God.
him.
Yeah, what am I
Yeah,
saying?
him and Finch. Yeah.
I want to get him back. I want to get him back on.
Yeah,
on
yeah. This is in no way shade to Robert Kirkman, but just more like, maybe it wasn't your best take, you know?
We're like, what's the take? You trying to sell this book? What's going on?
Mr. Artist Man says Kirkman was talking about Big Two comics. He wasn't talking about Dan Clowes, Chris Ware, Charlie Burns, Sammy Harkman, whatever equivalents are out there in younger cartoonists. Philistine much?
Bro, that was listed out the SAT words of comics right there.
He lobbed a copy of Understanding Comics our way.
Yeah, Fantagraphics.
Man, I don't know how you identify or parse out what Kirkman was saying, but I have a quote in front of me of what he said, and it doesn't read how you're saying. Big Two comics are like that. Like even if that was what he was saying, what you're trying to put out, that doesn't make any sense. Big Two comics are not intellectual. By and large, Big Two comics are the opposite of that, and that's part of the problem of them.
I think it's the exact opposite of what you're saying. I think he's saying, especially because he's talking about Terminal in this. This is him talking about his creator-owned books. He's saying creator-owned books need to pivot to more of this style. He's talking about the Image founders back in the 90s. That is creator-owned. It's literally the opposite of what you're saying.
Dude, Terminal has more in common with Big Two comics than any of the creators that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
And that's not a mistake.
I saw a lot of Love and Rockets in Terminal issue 1, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the whole point of what Robert did with Terminal.
Yeah. And guess what? It sold. So, like, maybe he's right.
But again, it's sold as a combination of his number one.
Also, Kubert on art, right? Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue with somebody who is probably the most successful creator-owned creator in comics. I just, it's just, I don't know.
It's frustrating. I find it to be very frustrating. Damn it. Shadow Walker, if you can hear me, you asked a really great question, but I can't find it. So if you could send your question through again. You asked it earlier. It's a great question. I want it.
Give me that.
The Scorsese?
It wasn't that one. No. It was a direct question.
Well, that's an interesting question, actually. It says, this sounds like Scorsese calling Marvel films theme park rides, except in the reverse. We need more theme park rides and less cinema. We need more theme park comics and less cinema comics.
I mean, if that's their flavor, like if the
that's
thought,
not my flavor.
if the thought is more theme park comics will get more people in the door, and then the people that are in the door start to gravitate towards cinema comics, I guess. But like even then, just let people kind of like whatever they fucking like.
No, it's even other than that. It's let creators create what they want to like. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then the people will like that, because this is talking about the creation of the comic, not the consumption of it. You know, he's talking about making comics more like this. And I think that's it. And I didn't even think about the fact that he's in a position of power, like Sean says. Your heady, six fingers. What was the other thing? It was the Rom V Dan Waters collab.
One hand.
The one hand and six fingers. Like that's heady intellectual comics, even though it was really just a mystery noir book. But
Hey, so go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
BJ wants to join us.
I'll allow it.
So he's coming on. BJ's coming on here.
Oh, he's listed as Stephanie Williams. Hold on. That makes me look bad.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I'm listed as Stephanie Williams as well.
What up, Steph?
Okay, I fixed it.
What's up, family? How are y'all?
Good.
We're doing well. I have a suspicion that you came on here to start beef.
To start beef? With who?
With me.
He's here to end it.
Think about that text you just sent me.
Bro, all right. First of all, Sean is the showrunner of the Comics Pals. Sean knows that we need drama to fill these episodes, right? Like y'all aren't clicking on these thumbnails if you feel like we're all just having a kumbaya conversation. We all agree, right? Like, so first of all, Sean started this show by saying, hey, this is one of those examples of people saying something and we actually miss the point of what they say because of how provocative their wording is. And then we all just like completely miss the point of what's being said. Ironically. Sorry, I'm out here. I'm at Target trying to pick up groceries.
Anyway. Target runs.
Yeah, man. Are we still allowed to do that? Are we boycotting? Am I busting another boy? Anyway.
Oh yeah, it's BDS.
So, listen, this is the only grocery store in my general area, so it's gonna have to be what it is. But I wanted to pose a question. I find it ironic, by the way, that we were supposed to have a Rom V interview happening right now, and instead we're discussing the merits of intellectual comics by way of Robert Kirkman. Like that's great.
Backwards.
That's serendipitous, if anything. But say that again.
Backwards, frankly.
Yeah, they're definitely backwards, Marco. Yeah. So my question is this though: what of Kirkman's point? Besides, like, let's take away intellectual comics being boring, because I think that's just that's dumb. That's an anti-intellectual point, and I consider myself to be an intellectual who likes to have fun, right? But I do think there is something to the idea that because we're in this writer-driven era of comics, a lot of times what we get in comics or from comics is a writer's idea of an opus. And with the writer's idea of an opus being the driver, sometimes, the way comic stories are told is backwards. Yes. 4966.
And everything is back?
Yep, that's right.
I wouldn't be able to go in between two cars.
Oh, I didn't. There's a space, right? Okay, cool. I'll open the trunk then.
This is amazing. I love this.
You know what? I'm on camera. I can't say stuff. But all right. So the point being, right, that writer-driven books can be a bit heady, can sometimes lose sight of what makes this medium, work.
Happy day.
You too, man. I don't think that's an invalid point. Like Scott Snyder's talked about it, and that's why the Absolute Universe works so well, or at the least Absolute Batman. Like, it doesn't lose sight of the single issue format and the fact that it's got to have the cliffhangers and sort of wow moments, right? I was watching because a friend of mine just did an interview with Ron V, not to dig at anyone, but a friend of mine just did an interview with Ron V, and he was talking about how, and this is not to put Kirkman against Ron V, I'm not starting that beef, but it's just funny juxtaposition. But he was talking about how he didn't grow up with the single issue format as like something he was married to. He was reading comics online through various means. So by the time he was getting a story, it was already done. And he's absorbing it that way. And when he's writing, he's approaching it as pretty much a whole story. So you could say he's writing for the trade, you could say he's writing for the omnibus, but he does want to keep some surprises in mind for the single issue format. Ironically, he cited Invincible as a comic that does that well. But I think the point that is being overshadowed by Robert Kirkman, being Stan Lee in this situation, is that writer-driven comics can lose sight of some important things that make comics work, and therefore may be boring to some people in the audience.
That's what you came on here to say, BJ? That's the take?
I came here, all right. What I would take the opposite of the take, or that my take is, not exactly what you wanted to say. Like, y'all all said the same thing 8 times, so I figured I should say something different. Like, what if Kirkman's right, but he's too bombastic?
Tyler, you're muted.
Oh, well, okay. I just said BJ was trying to fix your content, is all. Sort of, I think I see what you're saying, BJ. You're saying that Kirkman's actual statement was dumb as hell and it's a good soundbite. But the intent behind it is that, hey, sometimes people the writers get too busy writing the book, or it doesn't let it actually be a comic book because they're too busy writing this big old thing that's going to be a life-changing creator-owned book.
Precisely.
Okay, I think I heard you through the robotness. You're kind of cutting out a little, BJ.
What do you want, man? I'm buying groceries. I can't.
You gotta go. You already got them. They're already bought.
I live in the sticks, dude.
I can tell. You got the 3G over there.
So, okay, I guess we can turn on what BJ's saying here and parse it out. I feel like that ignores the idea that quality matters, because not everybody is equal, right? Not every writer's equal, not every artist is equal, and sometimes you're going to have creators who try to do what you're talking about and fail because they're not talented, or they're not good at that. But that's not what's always going to happen. I think Robert Kirkman is ignoring the fact that people have taste, and that there are people who love what is being pushed out right now in comics. If you're not talking about big 2 books, if you're talking about, again, the like Rom V type books and people like that, Dennis Camp, those indie titles that they make sell well and people are into them. Assorted Crisis events, that's not boring at all.
And it comes off the back of 20th Century Men, which was probably where people started learning about Dennis Camp, and that also isn't a very, that also dealt with that was a smart book as well, So, because you're right, there are books that I read where it's an indie book and they're trying to do something huge and it just doesn't resonate with me. And like when I went to school for writing, it was like always like don't make your magnum opus your first thing. Do something smaller, do something different, so you can learn how to be a creator, be a writer. And some people don't do that. Even when we have people talking on comics, like how to break into comics, they always say like, don't write a 5-issue epic. Write a 1-shot. Start small. So I think there is a little bit to be said there, but I still think this is still painting with a large brush from Kirkman's end, and it's disregarding taste. Like a smart book that's good will do well because it's a good book entirely.
And let's like further the argument. Let's say Kirkman's right, and a lot of creators are starting to lean more to really focus on their opus and their big story, elevated. What would be the harm to pushing or advancing the medium in that way as a writer? I think if anything, it just expands the scope of artistic ability and the artistic availability, right? Because that is now you've now unlocked a further flavor for somebody. So I think there can be truth to his statement, but it doesn't have to denigrate that side. It can be writers are leaning a lot more towards this fuller, if he wants to use the word intellectual writing, he feels it's not his flavor, but we're expanding. Comics are growing to the I forgot who said it, but as opposed to the Chris Wares of the industry, somebody who's within the superhero comic realm can push some stuff forward.
BJ,
Yeah, I
you
don't
are looking
disagree with
like the ultimate dad right now, bro.
Oh, listen, bro. I'm out here in the minivan.
Hell yeah.
I've got my non-threatening outfit on. You got to have a hat like this and the shades. That's how you survive in white spaces. That's just a pro tip.
BJ, you do kind of look like, you ever see that meme where it's like, oh, here are all the comments on a video, and it's just the dads wearing the glasses, the white.
That's exactly what I had in my mind.
I'm glad you don't
I
got
have
the
not
Oakleys.
seen that.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
send me that. I won't bring myself to do Oakleys.
No,
but,
I'm glad.
But those the polarized joints with a little blue in them or whatever, like those are fire.
Yeah.
Like those feel better on your eyes. Anyway, my signal's trash, so I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I don't disagree with you, Marco. I think what happens with some of these, like, I hate this term, intellectual comics, but what happens with some of these books is that they break the single issue format, right? Like, there are some creators who I pretty much check out in single issue more, right? I think it's because if the performance of the series is based on the single issue, then that's what we should be the most excited about. But for someone like, I don't know, let's say Tom King. Unless Tom King is on an ongoing series, I'm not buying the book because there's too many times I get lost in the sauce and then I read it all together later and I'm like, oh, this makes so much more sense. Why didn't I just buy it all together at once? Right? And I think that's sustainable. And I think the stuff that Kirkman is seeing perhaps helps guard against some of that, happening as much in the future. And ultimately, or hopefully, encourages people, no matter heady or cerebral style make.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Yep. It's funny, hilarious, BJ. This man came on here to make his big point, and he can't even look at that. He's gone now. He couldn't even hack it. That was boring. His appearance right now was boring. You came on here, BJ, to try to bring a new point up, and all you did was talk through your shitty phone with your shitty connection and ruin the audio quality of my show. Thank you. Thank you so much, BJ.
320 megapixels.
Unbelievable.
He said, my signal sucks. Just needed to spice up your show.
He's on Singular Wireless.
Yeah, what internet connection you got, bro?
Cricket.
Jesus Christ. I see a lot of chatter in the chat from people who agree with Kirkman. And that's fine. You can agree with him if you want to. The problem is that he's the one making a general statement. And generally speaking, general statements are wrong because there are plenty of outliers that prove what he's saying is incorrect. Tom King is a great example. Tom King comics sell. They wouldn't let him do what he does if it didn't work. I don't always like it. There are plenty of Tom King comics I don't like at all, but there are also a lot that I do like. I don't want Tom King muzzled. I don't want him to change the way he makes comics to appeal to Robert Kirkman's sensibilities. Fuck that. No one should change the way they make comics to appeal to Robert Kirkman's sensibilities, because at the end of the day, Robert Kirkman makes and buys the kinds of comics that he wants to see, and we all do. We all buy the kind of comics we want to see.
Sorry, I just had to meme. I had to meme BJ on the slide here.
Oh, it's-
But you're right. You're right. It's yeah. I just the one.
I just spotted him.
I'm gonna text it to him too. But yeah, you're right, Sean. And like, I think the one stickler for me too is like, this is coming from a position where like, this is the guy who greenlights the books.
Yeah. I don't want to hear that from him. I don't actually want to hear a lot from him that's speaking negatively about what other creators are doing. He's a creator and a boss. That's a position where you really have to think about what you say.
to that point, now, oh, should I have my I wanted to work for Skybound, I'm Dennis Camp. Is my book getting prioritized, or is my book getting denigrated? If it's for the money, probably, yeah, 100% sell it. But might that leave a bad taste in someone's mouth?
And like, you gotta think about the fact that in the 90s, the writers who were writing the comics that Kirkman is referencing all sucked.
They were all artists writing.
Yeah, they were all artists not writing well. There's no question about that.
Is Kirkman the only Image founder to not be an artist? Because he's a retroactive founder. Stevenson, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric Stevenson.
Yeah, Eric Stevenson's a writer. But Silvestri's an artist, Lee's an artist, Liefeld, I guess
does art.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. That and it was an artist-driven movement, which is fine, but the books sucked from a writing perspective. They look great, but they suck from a writing perspective. Kirkman is a better writer than all of them. So of course he feels that way. And I guess he grew up enjoying them, and that's fine, but that doesn't pass the mustard now. Every Robert Kirkman book is written better than every Image founder book.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily. I think the thing that I'm getting stuck on here as well is just like, what is he calling an intellectual book? Does it got to have numbers in it? Does it got to it feels like it just feels snooty. I'm like, I don't like that coming from Kirkman.
I wonder if this was okay. Hold on. What if this was shade towards this is Skybound shade against Image Comics proper for putting out that Warren Ellis book?
That's a little too deep of a thought, I think.
Too intellectual. I got too many wrinkles in my brain right now.
Careful.
It's causing a hemorrhage.
Got lost in one.
Yeah.
We had a really good question come in from Shadow Walker, who sent it with a 5 spot. Thank you so much. Is the success of Absolute helping or hurting his point? And the reason why I like that question so much is because when you're talking about what is successful in comics and why, right now, you have to look at Absolute. All questions run through that line.
Yep.
And I think that the Absolute line doesn't help his point, but it also doesn't hurt it. Yep. Because the Absolute line does both. Those books are very comfortable doing both. Maybe you could say Absolute Martian Manhunter is not very action forward. That's a fair thing to say. But within that line, you have Absolute Batman, which it's not intellectual, but it sure is propulsive and action-packed and amazing. Absolute Wonder Woman, I would say, does have some intellectual, some smart stuff going on, some really compelling and interesting stuff going on. Absolute Superman is in its own space, but it's telling a really emotional story about its core character. I don't think that the Absolute line justifies what Kirkman is saying. I think that's a representation of what I am saying, which is that make good
Yes.
fucking comics.
Mhm.
That's
And the
where I'm
money
at
will
too.
come.
That's where I'm at too. If anything, the absolute line is disproving his point. It's proving that there is a want for varied types of comic. Sure, the Superman, absolute Superman, where there's a double page spread of Hawkman and Superman fighting and crashing through a building, drawn by Juan Ferreira. Yeah, there is an audience for that. Me, but there's also an audience that is the Dennis Camp written intellectual, quote unquote. Man, I'm hating this word more and more as I say it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sucks.
fucking
It feels so reductive. But the smart comic that deals with these ideas of like what is America at some points of the issues, and that being the most highest selling Martian Manhunter book of all time.
well, even within the same example, right? Like I feel like the intellectual term is somehow a substitute for like I have to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on the pages than I can read the words and look at the pictures. And I think in Absolute Superman you get a flavor of both. With Rafa Sandoval, I think you don't have to linger on some of the pages as much as you might do Juan Ferrer, and that's the same book, it's the same writer, but it's the way that the writing gets interpreted, the lens under which that gets captured through the art that maybe changes it, and maybe he writes it differently for a different artist as well. So if the range that you're talking about, action and quote unquote this intellectual, happens in the same title, I think that invalidates the argument because it's really just what the writer wants, what the creators want at the time to put out for us based on how much they're enjoying it. And I think a book like Absolute Martian Manhunter, I know we're throwing that around a lot, it gets the, again, quote unquote super quotes, intellectual take
Super quotes.
because what I gotta look at a picture a little bit longer because there's some design work that goes into it. Like, is that the distinguishing factor? There's also fucking great drama, and the page that continues to stick out is always issue 4, where there are bombs going off in was it John's brain, and at the same time his wife is telling him we need to separate. Like,
Yeah.
did I have to work a little harder to extract even more meaning out of that? Maybe, but that's not to the detriment of the series or to the detriment of how it should get categorized.
Eric Canetti with the $9.99. This show makes my Saturday. Thank you, gents. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Eric Kennedy's variants lately. There was a killer one for Absolute Superman last issue.
And I'm excited to find out what Canetti's doing next, dude.
Hell
He's
yeah.
percolating.
There's something happening in the chat that I just don't understand. People are trying to figure out, or people are trying to say what Robert Kirkman is talking about, like who he's talking about, what space. And a lot of people keep saying he's talking about Marvel or Big Two Comics. What Marvel comics are you fucking reading that are intellectually boring or that are intellectual, therefore boring? Which ones are they? Because I want to find them. Because I would like to read some intellectual Marvel comics. Where are they at?
The only one I can think of is maybe Fantastic Four that deals with like science, but guess what? People love that book.
That's
You
a
know, like
great comic book.
Yeah, that's the one that's probably like when people say, "Oh, what's a good Marvel comic right now?" Everyone jumps to Fantastic Four.
I was gonna say Cap, especially that first arc, but like because it had something a little more to say than
Yeah.
throwing punches. You know what I mean? Like,
And Cap always has. Cap
Throwing
books have
punches.
always been like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, like what you guys are talking about. Either he's talking about superhero comics and he's flat out wrong. There's no way he's right at all. Or he's talking about indie comics, in which case there's a better argument to be made, but it's also eschewing the idea of quality and the fact that there are quality books made of all kinds, and you shouldn't paint with a large brush. I don't see the world where his statement is accurate.
It's funny when I think about people talking about the big two, especially Marvel, because there's a lot of like Marvel in the discussion space right now is like, what are the good books at Marvel? Because everyone's just kind of shitting on it, and you know what it is constantly up there in discussions? Al Ewing's Store Run, and guess what that book is? Not what Robert Kirkman's talking about.
Nope.
it's almost the exact opposite as far as you can get as the opposite in terms of a Marvel Big Two book. And that's the book people are praising. So I think that kind of also disproves him in a way.
Atomic Hound dropping a super chat bomb on us. Thank you so much, buddy. While the idea that reading should not be intellectual is antithetical to the idea of reading itself, I'm willing to give Kirkman his space to market. The truth is somewhere in balance between ideas and action, just like life. Love the discussion, pals. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't disagree at all. I just don't understand why he thought as a boss he had to make this point. Who is
Yeah.
he? I agree. Who is he talking to? Is he talking to the people who make comics at Skybound? Is this a directive? Is this what you should be thinking about if you want to pitch to
Yeah.
this publisher?
Yeah. If this was like, here's the thing: if Liefeld makes this comment, this isn't even on the show.
Yeah.
Who is
I wouldn't even
also an
care.
Image founder, you know?
Yeah,
But he's not in a position of power, you know. Dude, he couldn't
he
even
also
get his
just-
family into the Wolverine Deadpool premiere. Got him.
He also just spews hot takes. Like, fine.
Yeah, well, spews. It's kind of mouth vomit. Ugh.
Yeah.
See, I agree with this too. Graphic novel guide. With how separated comic readers are from society, should we really be splitting ourselves up? Weird someone with such power tearing down anyone in the community. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's and I don't want to say it's punching down, but it is punching. Because down makes it seem like smart comics is lower than, but I don't think that's the case.
Or vice versa. Or like, smart comics are above.
See,
You
I
can
look
punch
at
up.
it like it's punching down because of his position.
Fair.
He hit him in his statement.
Yeah.
He's in that rarefied air, you know.
Drop of Saturn with the 5 spot said, what comics need to do is strike the Chainsaw Man balance. Be simultaneously too intellectual and too dumb for the audience.
What?
I like that take actually.
Hold on a second. Too intellectual?
Yeah,
Buddy.
I agree.
What?
Yeah, I think more comics should just be have horny protagonists. That's what I think of when I hear the Chainsaw Man method.
With no character growth over the course of not only the first 100, but the next 200.
And that's the discussion the creators are having, Marco. Now you see it.
My brain's
It's the
wrinkling.
stagnation of the youth.
Victor Giovanni says, if you take out the over 35 comics floppies collectors, the traditional comic superhero industry would collapse overnight. Young people are buying omnis and manga and Pokemon/Magic in stores. Oh, you mean to say that if you removed every single human being who buys comics over 35, that the market would collapse?
He has the
Really?
glove. He
That
got
would
the glove.
happen? You think so? No shit. If you took everybody out of over 35 out of buying almost anything, it would collapse. You could make the same statement about video games and it would be true. That's not a gotcha. Of course that's true.
Yeah.
But if you removed all the young people who are buying comics right now, you'd have a problem. Where did the boom come from? You don't even know about the boom. You don't even know that there was a boom. All the statements you've made prove that you don't know what's happening in the actual industry.
That's
and
like
I feel
saying,
like a lot of the chatters are like that.
that's like saying, hey, if I just take a bat to your knees, you're not going to be able to walk. Yeah, no
Right.
shit.
Duh.
But also, if you cut off my pinky, that's still going to fuck me up.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I can't hold the bat to hit you.
Before we lose it, I just wanted to call out Catfish's super chat where they said, all hail Dennis Camp.
Hell yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna do the we just got memberships.
Ooh.
Oh,
read
we
them
have
off?
our last 5. Hold on. We got
It's almost the end of the month.
yeah. It's almost in the month. Thank you to Entertain Me for sending 5 Comics Pals memberships. We got Mick Lucasver, Shadow Walker, Joel Anderson, Mr. Negative, and Victor D. Giovanni. Enjoy those early videos. Throw some emojis in the chat. And I'm going to send 5 more right now.
Boom.
I'm hoping Eric gets one. Chris Dewars, Ron Orange, JC Quads, Dustin Hatton, and Andrew Wyatt. Let's go.
Hell
Put
yeah.
some emojis.
Foxtastic, you're being dishonest. No one said there aren't problems in comics, dude. That's just like, why would you even say something like that? That doesn't make any sense.
It's just
No
the
one
solution.
said that.
The solution to it is not going back to 90s Image Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody said that at all. Germ Moth with the 5 spot. Oh, what? Forget Kirkman and his ramblings. Tyler's hat is super cool. When will Sonic be on the show?
Sonic might be on my show. It says Sonic Adventure is better than sex. Sonic might be on the show come the end of the year when we talk about best of. I gotta say that DC Metal Legion is rad as fuck.
Oh, I didn't keep up with that one.
Oh, it's better than the first volume.
Ah,
Mr. Artist Man has been a member of the channel for 5 months and said, I was misunderstood before. I was saying he was speaking about Big Two as opposed to actual intellectual work. I was calling Kirkman a Philistine. Ah, okay. But again, if he's talking about Big Two comics, how does that make sense? Because Big Two comics are not intellectual by and large, and that's what we complain about.
It was just saying Marvel should go back to more of a Image style, like that is because they kind of are, you know, like it's in the quickest sense of the word, you know. I just don't see how anything in what Kirkman was saying was even talking about the Big Two at all.
Dude, it doesn't make sense. The Marvel DC comparison just does not make sense, man. And you're talking about wanting to like that we will never see the kinds of numbers we saw in the 90s again. That's not going to happen again. And there are so many reasons for that don't have anything to do with whether or not comics are good or bad. But I promise you that those early issues of Spawn and Youngblood and all that sold so well are so bad. They're not good comics. They're bad. I'm sorry. It is what it is. They sold well for reasons that don't have to do with the writing quality. The art is amazing. I'm not disputing that. But it's not the same industry anymore. We can't go back. Even Spawn, Todd McFarlane's Spawn does not sell what Todd McFarlane's Spawn used to sell. Why? There's a reason.
It's also kind of diminishing the evolution of comics as a medium.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, those books existed at the time because that was the evolution of the medium of comic books at the time. It's the evolution away from Marvel and DC and to create our own spaces and to be making those universes themselves. That was 30 plus years ago. Comic books have continued to evolve, and saying it needs to go back to another time is regressive in any art form.
Yeah.
And this is why AI needs to
AI needs to jump in, take over for the writers.
No.
But the thing is here, like I think the take on which set of comics or publisher is wrong inherently, because his whole thing is, I think as things have gotten more writer driven, right? So he's talking about the writers, the creatives who are in the process of putting out the books of whatever publisher, because you can fit that, again, intellectual into anything. It's how the writing style has changed that he's making more of a statement of than what publisher or what book.
Yeah.
And I would argue he's one of the reasons why writers are like that. Like, he made that Subway sandwich. Like, the idea of like him and Bendis, the era of comics that they were creating at the time, influenced the current block of creators. And also, like, that's also thinking about comics from a very writer-focused standpoint, which I think is not looking at the industry as a whole and why things aren't artist-forward anymore. Because it's hard to, like, it used to be at Image. You can make your name as an artist through Big Two books. They're not doing that as much, especially at Marvel, because of the way the industry works and the way that books need to be churned out at a certain speed. We just had Avengers Armageddon that is a Marvel summer event. You know, 10 years ago, that would be a career-making book for an artist. where then their name could be on a book to be a more artist forward led book. But now, because of the way the books have to come out to be able to fit into and slot into a schedule, there's 3 artists on that book.
Yeah.
And then nobody gets to really stand out. But guess what? Chip's name is on it. So Chip's name gets to stand out. So the way the industry is that it forces people to look at comics from a writer forward thing.
Yeah, I think that he's right in the sense that we were in a writer driven era. I think we're coming out of that as you start to see more artists
Hopefully.
with different styles emerge and be super popular. I mean, I've never seen before the kind of fervor we're seeing around Nick Dragata right now or Hayden Sherman right now. Like, I know it existed in the 90s with those artists, but I have not seen it for artists.
Yeah.
I have not witnessed it, but I did witness it with these creators. And it goes to show you that we are moving into a space again where the artist is a superstar in their own right without needing the publisher to do any work for them. Hayden Sherman didn't need DC to do anything other than give them the job. That's it. And the work has proven itself out. Hayden didn't have a name before Absolute Wonder Woman. Hayden was doing those Dark Spaces books with Scott Snyder, and they were good, but that didn't build their name the way that Absolute Wonder Woman has. Daniel Warren Johnson is a god. Daniel Warren Johnson's a god and is a writer-artist.
Yeah. And it's funny how this is all coming from Scott Snyder, who's just a writer. Like being the creator-led book. He's aware of the fact that what sells the book is creator-led. And creators is not just the writer, it's the artist as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Has to be.
Yes.
That making that distinction, it's interesting coming from, the 90s artist to the early 2000s writer to where we're at, like post image boom and right after pandemic. It's the collaboration and the space allowed by the publishers for that collaboration is coming out to be that renaissance. They're both
Artists are probably not every one of them, but the ones who are really getting it done are able to make more money now than ever.
Yeah.
Off the back of their original work, off the back of the success of the books that they're making. This is what is happening in the industry right now. And if you don't know that, you just don't know what's going on in comics. Frank with a 10 spot. I do think too many comics are decompressed and written for the trade, leading to boring monthly books. But I wouldn't define that as intellectual. His statement reads to me as rage bait / marketing. Yeah, I think that there's something to be said about that.
Yeah. Like I think of, only because it's of the mind recently, but I think of the most recent issue of Daredevil by Phillips and Garbett. That book by issue, what was it, 5 that we just read, 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Is the end of the arc. And it does feel like now that I see that entire arc, that was stretched out to fit those pages, those issues. And I think that can sometimes be an issue with the book. Because then I look at Stephanie Phillips is Grimm, and like that's written for the issue. You know what I mean? So I do think there is a stylistic thing in writing that's an issue, but that's not the intellectual argument. And I think that's where, if anything, Kirkman maybe isn't articulating things correctly.
I think we could probably all agree that in some way comics have suffered from the writing for the trade.
Sure.
I think that's a valid conversation. And I think I think it's funny though, because Robert Kirkman's success has largely been due to that format.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he made the Subway sandwich that he's complaining about. Like, maybe don't put banana peppers on it then, Kirkman. Sorry, I'm hungry, guys. I didn't get to eat because I had to pivot last minute on the show.
Ben Loudly with the 10 spot. Thank you so much, Ben. Respect Kirkman's success, but he's in a bubble at this point. Going to him for any comic advice would be the equivalent of asking a lottery winner how to get where he is for financial advice. I don't know if I feel that strongly, just because while I do agree he's in a bubble, I would listen to any advice Robert Kirkman had for me. Like from a writer's perspective, I would listen to anything he had to say. That doesn't mean that you have to take it all as gospel, but given the success that he's had, I would never turn away hearing what he had to say as advice from me.
Sean,
Yeah.
you taking $1 billion or lunch with Robert Kirkman?
It depends on where we're eating at. Can I get a
And is
well
he
done
paying?
steak there?
Is he
Oh
paying?
God.
He better be. He better pay. Fuck that.
He's good for it.
He's good for it. Oh my god. Foxtastic says, I think you guys are missing his point entirely. Okay, dude. All right, we're just too dumb to get it, I guess. That's fine. Whatever you say, man. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I think that ultimately Kirkman is a really talented writer who has made money because of his talent. I don't feel that he's any luckier than any other comics creator who gets lucky, because it does take luck to succeed. But I don't think that he's had some charmed career. I think he's worked hard as fuck. And he earned the right to say what he wants to say, but that doesn't mean we have to agree with it.
100%.
Take.
You know what? I'm still gonna read Battle Beast and turn my brain off.
Yeah,
As you
I love
should.
Kirkman.
That's what that book is for.
Yeah, Tyler said it earlier, and it bears repeating. This conversation has nothing to do with disliking Robert Kirkman. It has to do with addressing the points that he made. And frankly, we think he's wrong. I would tell him that if he were here right now. I would love to have the conversation with him and pick apart those statements and see if he stands by it, or if he would want to expand on it.
I mean, he did call me a little freak once when I talked to him in person, but
That's funny.
I told him I was really a fan of his Ant-Man run, which
He's like, oh, you're a little weird, huh?
that was the one where Ant-Man was spying on Carol Danvers in the shower.
Oh,
What?
You never read that one? Irredeemable Ant-Man, the Eric O'Grady one, Sean?
I don't think so.
That's a Kirkman creation.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
Oh, good stuff.
I don't think I've ever read a Kirkman Marvel comic.
He didn't do zombies. He did Marvel Zombies.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh,
want to
interesting.
read that. Yeah.
yo,
Dang,
RDR
dang.
fan gotta chill, bro.
Oh, I mean, I should just ban that person, frankly. But I won't.
We can have a pet in the chat. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll let the chat handle my light work. Steve Canaris says, "Can we talk about more intellectual comics? Where is Hello Kitty issue 2?"
Yo, Hello Kitty, intellectual. It works.
Hmm.
The art was good. It did what it needed to do.
But
I'd
is that
argue.
what? That's the issue, though. But what does he mean by intellectual? Like
Yeah, of course, of course.
is it a craft standpoint, or is it books that are really wordy? Is it, it's an anti-intellectual statement is the issue that's the core to all of this.
He threw out an ambiguous word that people could attach to and come at with so many different perspectives on it that
We got
that's
baited.
it. That's it. He
And
did
we were
it.
at a very vulnerable time this morning where we had to scramble for news, and he knew we would be. He called up Ram V. He's like, "Hey, that new Rom book by Ram V that you want to do. I need you off the Comics Palace to do it.
We need that to be the main. I need a cell terminal.
Ram
gotta
V
talk about it.
Ram V the Space Knight coming soon."
I think we might have missed this from Mr. Artist Man with the 20. Said, yeah, Kirkman doesn't make sense. Unfortunate. But again, like in the chat, we can see that there are people who think he does make sense, but and it's not that there's not any kind of logic to what he's saying whatsoever. I just think that when you're a boss, you should think more cautiously about what you say in public.
Yeah, there's a reason why people had issues with Stanley.
It's true.
There's a reason why he sold too, and they're probably the same reason.
Yeah. I think Robert Kirkman has a lot of those qualities, and I don't think they're bad qualities. I love Stan Lee too.
Gavin.
Gavin Guidry says, I thought I was Mr. Artist Man. Well, you're Mr. Artist Man.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know.
he's
There.
him.
Okay. I think we've turned this conversation on its head enough. Frank with the 5 spot. You guys have been super generous today. Really appreciate all the super chat love. If intellectual equals boring, then Walking Dead is the most intellectual comic series I've ever read. Yeah, I said it.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
I don't know about that. I thought Walking Dead was a lot of fun. I didn't make it all the way through.
When'd
but
you read it?
I read it when the show was coming out.
Okay.
Oh,
You were a little it's still early in your comic reading career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, like I wonder if I would like Walking Dead as much now. But it's hard to say because like it's not now. You know what I mean? Like it is now, but it's not then. What am I
Right,
saying?
Yeah. It's not
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The books we have now don't exist without that book, and I recommend.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'll say it again. Robert Kirkman is good at what he does. I think he's good at what he does.
I don't want to read Terminal 2, but I think he's good at what he does.
Me
No
neither.
thanks.
In fact, I would say Terminal 2 is a shift in Kirkman's writing that I'm not liking, and I hope it doesn't go there.
Yeah, because I feel like this is such a departure stylistically.
It felt a little bit like let me shock him, which
Yeah.
yes, Walking Dead did that, but that wasn't that didn't feel like the objective as much as so a consequence of what he was writing. Whereas Terminal felt like that was the objective. And that's what I don't want from Kirkman. And if that's the kind of comics he is gunning for going forward, I ain't interested.
Yeah, like I want more Skinbreaker,
Yep.
or
Ooh.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I think we missed a super chat from Ted H, who said hydration time. If Mr. Kirkman was trying to promote the new book with this take, it's doing the opposite for me. Yeah, I see that too. I mean, look, people are not going to want to hear someone taking shots at their favorite writers or the kinds of books that their favorite writers make. Any way you slice it, this is an attack.
On somebody. Intellectual yet to be defined, but
Gavin Guidry said, and I agree with this wholeheartedly. If he's saying we need more comics that remember to be as fun as possible, then I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Fucking Amazing Spider-Man under Zeb Wells' pen. I don't care if you liked it or not. I had so much fun. It was one of the most fun comics I've read this decade. Kaya, super fun. Dork, super fun. Yes, I want more comics that are fun forward, but you don't have to lack an ounce of brain cells to have a good time. You don't.
It's funny, Sean. I actually just had a friend, close friend. She was asking me like, "What's a good book for her young nephew to read?" And I recommended Kaya, and they liked it. Like,
hell
there's books out there for everyone, and I
Yep.
think that's what this wide blanket statement disregards.
Exactly. We don't need to parse out comics in this way. There's so many comics coming out that you can read anything. I read what Kirkman is saying as giving advice, trying to give advice in a janky fashion. But I think he need if that's the case, he needed to say it in a different way.
yeah. Is it even advice? Like
it could
Well-
be seen that way.
Well, that's the thing too, because he's in a position of power. Is it advice or is it a mandate? Like, what do you?
Right.
And maybe that is reading too much into it. But when you are in a position of power, gotta be aware that you're not just marketing your book anymore. You're marketing a whole line.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
There's just
Um,
one other $2 that I don't think we got, but Nathan Chaffin, it could be he's reacting to criticism of Energon. I'm assuming this is in reference to Kirkman's statement just at blanket, but could be. Maybe he's getting some flack and some hate, and he's saying, "Well, you guys don't like brain dead comics anymore." Not to say that's a brain dead comic, but
That's being reductive of a reductive statement already.
Hey, Kirkman is totally allowed to enjoy the kind of comics he enjoys. And I'm sure there's overlap. I'm sure there is. We owe quite a few wheel spins because you guys have been incredible. 7 total. So why don't we get a couple out the way now, and then we'll spread the rest out.
Who wants to lie to Marco?
It's so difficult to do.
Very easy.
Huh.
I'm coming up with
So-
something.
Okay, go for it.
No, go ahead, Sean.
Marco, you know about The Walking Dead, obviously.
Yeah, familiar with it.
Yeah. So, that's not gonna work. He's gonna know it.
Oh, we'll see.
Oh,
He might
let's
not.
see. Yeah. Doubt him a little more.
Well, when The Walking Dead came out, it was a little bit of a success, and it was a zombie book that caught some people's attention enough to where Marvel decided that they wanted a zombie book, and so they asked Robert Kirkman to do what he does in Walking Dead for them with Marvel Zombies. That helped propel Kirkman's fame and The Walking Dead's success, and made The Walking Dead bigger than Marvel Zombies ever was, at least in the comic space.
I'm going to say that's a lie because I think the show did more for the comic than his crossover into Marvel.
Okay. I got your ass
Damn.
because
Well, I mean, Marco, your statement's correct, but yeah.
Oh.
yeah, your statement's correct, but I got your ass in the sense that The Walking Dead did not come first. Marvel Zombies came first.
What?
He bit off himself.
Wow, I'm shocked. I did not think that was gonna work.
Marco was just born around that time too, so he's just a baby.
Wait, what? I didn't know that. Marvel Zombies came out first?
Dude, I remember picking up Marvel Zombies and Umbrella Academy at Hot Topic when they would occasionally put out comics in like polybags because they had no way of storing them properly, so they were all polybagged. It was Marvel Zombies 2, not the first volume.
I never read it, man. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, I don't know if I read it. I definitely looked at the pages.
Let's spin the wheel again, shall we?
Well-
Wait, hold on. Marvel Zombies, 2005. The Walking Dead, October 2003.
What?
You sure about that?
Yup.
I thought Marvel Zombies came first.
Marvel
Oh,
Zombies
no,
is a
that-
5-issue limited, which was written by Robert Kirkman,
Sure.
December 2005 to April 2006.
Don't tell me I lied to myself.
Oh,
Yo,
shit.
Expert liar.
Holy. Got himself.
Well, okay, hold on. Are you talking
Hold
about the
on.
first appearance of Marvel Zombies? Because the first appearance of Marvel Zombies is in 2005, Ultimate Fantastic Four number 21.
That's still later.
Marvel, that's true, yeah. When did the first issue of Marvel Zombies come out?
How the turns have tabled.
Wow. Sean said, lie to myself.
Wow, I'm shocked. You learn something new every day.
I thought that was a fact too, Sean, because I was believing you.
Yeah. I was lying to you too, man.
I mean, maybe the zombies helped propel the book, and that's why he got Tony Moore off of it. He's like, "Whoa, it's stolen now. Get me Charlie Adler." So maybe it was rolling for a bit, and then it skyrockets. I don't know.
Fascinating.
Huh?
Walking Dead.
This
old as
Marco
fuck.
was Marco vindicated. Jeez. What do you mean book of the week? All right. Well, the other wheel spin was a highlighted book.
Oh. You got something? I thought I had
Yeah.
something. Yeah, go for it.
I am on the last volume of 1122 for a Happy Marriage. It is a 7 volume manga by Peko Watanabe sensei, who she writes this story. I did a review for one of my first newsletters of 1 and 2 many years ago at this point, but the show came out on Amazon 2004, I've been working my way through it with my fiance, and I realized I had never finished it. So I got up to the last volume that I had continued to read, and it's been a wild ride. The drama, the emotionality of the storytelling. I think the art is stellar. I'm gonna be doing a follow up series for one of my newsletters on that just as I finish it. But it's been so much fun for anybody who likes romance and who likes complexity, nuanced takes on romance. Maybe a little too intellectual for this crowd, but I highly, highly recommend it. It's only available in digital format. I don't believe that there is a physical print manga out there, but you can get it. I think the first 2 volumes are free if you're part of Comixology, and the rest
Which
are
Sean
like,
is.
which Sean is, and the rest are like maybe $7. So highly recommend it if you're into that kind of stuff. Slice of life, romance, drama, all very well done.
Hell yeah. Marco's always reading something.
Always, bro.
You're logging in on League of Comic Geeks?
I don't think it's on.
What's it called?
1122 for a happy marriage. Will make no money, says RDR fan. I don't know. I got an Amazon show, so it was pretty successful, but
Is that
the
the
show
only
is
thing
also
that
very good.
matters?
It's a J drama, and it's only 7 episodes, one for each
Oh yeah, it's on there.
volume. Yeah,
Dansha
very,
Press.
very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. Oh, it is?
Yeah, they have pretty much any comics on there, to be honest. Like, it's very good if you want to log everything.
Oh, nice.
You know what I just picked up? I picked up Marvel Comics: The Untold Story.
Oh,
Oh,
finally.
Yep.
You're gonna have a deep dive up the wazoo once you read that book.
I wonder why I bought it.
Cool.
Reading or audiobook?
Oh, I'm reading.
Okay. The audiobook's very good. I've done both.
Maybe I should switch it up and do audiobooks, but I don't think I want to. I don't think I'll like that.
It's a weird for me it's a very weird transition. I only do it when I'm driving and I want to like read something.
I think it's good. Like, I don't listen to a lot of audiobooks, but I thought Marvel The Untold Story was very good because it's just one long podcast, really. Because it's history.
CW Gordon says Sean still got that Barnes and Noble sub, dude. They just charged me.
That invoice just went through.
Yeah.
They just hit me up.
You gotta hold on to that for the Criterion Collection set.
We should open the phones later, right?
Up to you.
All right, yeah. We'll open the phones in a few. Stick around. We're gonna open phone lines so that you guys can call in. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna play a game to end the show because you guys got us over the super chat goal. It's been amazing today so far. I do want to remind you guys that the best way to support this show, the way to sponsor this show, is by becoming a patron of our show. Patreon.com/thecomicspals gets you a ton of bang for your buck. We try to give you as much as we can for your comics bucks. And one of the things you get is a superhero or supervillain origin and shout out on this show every week. So special shout out to our pals vs. Legends, the Hound of Justice, Atomic Hound, Starcross, Catherine Stars, the Spear of Judgment, Jay's Jumble, Safe Haven, Hayden's Hideout, Jesse and the Juggernaut, Kyle the Zenith Flare, Panda v Panda, Ted Wong, Adam Solar Smith, Sam the Last Young Renegade, Entertain Me, Peter Living Lightning Electrics, Shalom Paladin Warburg, Jamzilla the Party Animal, Cosm the Andric, Chris the Cure Coleman, Brian Powers Acosta. And thank you to Pals vs. Members, Brian Demolished Del Pozo, Kefis the Incorruptible, Momentum Mike Elliott, Dan the Truth Trudeau, Marley Manistorm, Christian Uncaged, The Spear of Justice, Izzy's Issues, Robert Runback Cashaback, James Just Jamming Jones, Paul Powerhouse Smith, Neon Knight, The Cosmic Avenger, BJ Kicks of Bad Internet Connection, and Comics Are Dope, The Grand Alchemist, Chop Harder Alchemist, and John Barrier B. If you did not hear your name and you're supposed to, stick around. You will a little later on.
Sean, it wasn't in the quick show notes you wrote down, but there were some Patreon pal questions. You wanna?
Yes. Yep. You're right. Let's get to those though shortly. I want to let everyone know that we have the book club book, Determined, You've
Oh.
got a little bit of time to read it. Not a ton, but you've got time. And I'm sure a lot of us have already read it.
Yeah.
We're talking about Batman, Court of Owls. We're going to do the whole deal. So 1 to 12, which is Court, and I think the second part is Night of Owls, I think it's called. But either way, we're doing all 12 issues. And we'll do the annual. So 13 in total.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
Not a lot.
This is popcorn comics for me, but like good popcorn. Like it's got a like an herb blend in it. Have you read this before, Marco?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, this is when I was coming into comics, New 52 stuff. So like I was picking this up, Justice League, Aquaman, that's fucking everything. Everything and anything. It's gonna be annoying to read one of those pages. Oh, actually, no, that's yours 0. That's 0 year, right?
No,
Oh,
no,
that's a good-
it's in here. Yeah.
Is this another spinny one?
There's a spin. Yeah, there's a spin here.
Do that on digital.
I blew my. I mean, well, I don't want to blow my load for when we talk about it, so I'll wait for us to talk about that
Easy.
book. But I do have the omnibus, so that's how I'm reading mine, and it's
Omnibussy?
I'm gonna bust that bussy open and read this.
Whoa. Dude, I got it right here.
Hey.
Yo, bust it open real quick, Sean.
I've started my read. It's already great. I love reading Omnibuy. I love having it all collected in one nice big.
I gotta say, and I love the design on that version of the omnibus.
Hold on,
Like
Gavin, hold on, Gavin. I was like I was in my 20s. Okay, I was actually no, I might have been like 18.
You were like 18, dude.
I might have been like
You're
18 actually.
barely legal teens reading New 52.
No.
Well,
I think
I mean, shit. I was only 21.
Anyone? I was in college. I was performatively reading New 52 comic books at Madison Square Park, hoping that a manic pixie dream girl would walk my way and be interested. It was that or the Upright Citizens Brigade manual.
Damn. You know what? The latter of that sounds kind of fire.
Yeah, that's yes, and
But in celebration of Batman month here on the channel, we've been doing our top 5 Batman villains, and this week we are up to number 2. So who is your number 2 favorite Batman villain of all time?
I got mine ready. And I think there's probably a guy in the chat. Yeah, he's still here. We'll probably be happy about this. Mine is Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow. Scarecrow is just one of those characters that just, it's weird. I cannot tell you a definitive Scarecrow story that is like, oh, here's the killing joke for the Scarecrow. But he's always around. And the idea of that, what Jonathan Crane represents is the idea of fear. And him using essentially the same weapon Batman uses to fight crime, Scarecrow uses to cause crime. I always thought that was a fun dynamic between Batman and Scarecrow that I don't think a lot of Batman's other rogues gallery deals with as much. And I think one of the cool things too about Scarecrow is that it lets an artist can have fun with it, because once that toxin be hitting, once you get a whiff of that toxin, you can draw whatever the fuck you want. Or if it's a video game, Sean, do you remember when the game glitches? You thought your game shut off for, it was Arkham Asylum, and it turns out it was a Scarecrow thing?
Yeah.
That's just fun stuff. That's just fun. Yeah, Marco, it makes it look like your game crashes, and then
That's
it
cool.
continues because Scarecrow, the fear toxin, sets in.
I've never played that one. I only started out at the city.
The first one's good in its own right. It's much smaller. But and then Batman Begins is my favorite of the Nolan Batman movies. And I just like the way, Scarecrow's in there. But yeah, Scarecrow number 2 for me.
My number 2 is Two-Face. Gotta get the 2 in the 2 spot. And so, but for me, it's very much, Harvey Dent has sentimental connections, like emotional ties to Bruce and Batman. And so that adds this layer of complexity that makes him just a really interesting character to explore and also bounce off of Batman. For me, it definitely was the, like Dark Knight portrayal, where that's the era the media space for comics was growing for me. My reading was growing as well. And so getting to see this character in such a prominent role and what felt like a complex role was really interesting. And so it very much became a favorite. Yeah, but a character that I think doesn't have, his definitive run as much as he is just a ever living presence in Gotham. That's just cool.
My number 2 is Big Bad Bane. Bane, who broke the back of the bat. Bane, who murdered Alfred.
When?
Bane has put Batman through the ringer. Only Joker has done more to destroy Batman's life than Bane has. But Bane is a physical and an intellectual match to Batman. Batman can't just fight Bane and beat him. It's incredibly challenging to defeat Bane one-on-one, and he's about the only villain you can say that about, which I love. And then the other part of Bane is that he's willing to work with other villains. He's put teams together to stop Batman. That was how he was successful when he broke the bat. I am a big fan of The Dark Knight Rises. I love Bane in that movie. One of my favorite action scenes ever is Batman versus Bane at I think it's the courthouse or wherever they're at. I love that. And he looks cool as hell, dude. He's dressed like a wrestler. Like, come on, dude. Bane is the man. I love Bane, and that's why he's my number 2. Only one villain could top that for me.
Yeah, who wins in a fight, Sean? Bane or El Muerto?
Definitely Bane. Bad Bunny's getting his ass whipped.
Yo, chill. Who has more star power, Bane or Bad Bunny?
All right.
I think more people are doing Bane impressions than Bad Bunny impressions.
You know what? Fair. Bad Bunny.
Wait, Gavin said, I can't believe it was Sean that picked the Latino out of this group. Oh, so you don't think I'm Spanish?
Oh shit.
Oh, erasure.
Wow.
Erasure.
Wow, way to misrace me, dude.
Wow.
I'm Dominican and
No,
black
no. He
and
said
Irish.
You're black and you're also I know black.
If I'm black, I'm Irish, I'm Blirish.
Yeah.
But how do I incorporate the Latino in there? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm Dominican.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a
That's
Blirish Dominican.
You said misrace, but it didn't click because I'm like I thought you said misplaced. I said no, Sean. He said it was a racial, and then you're like, oh, I hear it now. I had to play it back in my head for a second.
And also, Gavin, Bane was already on my list. You said the Irish comes through too much. Hey, you're broke, Sean. I'm glad you've gotten rid of your brogue to be able to do the show more
Yeah.
audibly.
Yeah, I had to work hard on that.
Yeah. You don't know what that is, Marco?
A low-heeled leather shoe and boots defined by a decorative hole.
I think you spelled it wrong.
Oh.
It's an Irish accent.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, I'm not saying I know black. Hello. I'm saying I am black also. Afro-Domish. I like that, Jay. I like that a lot. That's good.
Ooh.
Afro-Domish.
Afro-Domish. I remember that's a black exploitation film, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some BDSM included in there.
No, it was like a Nostradamus type
Oh,
thing. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
All right. We got a Patreon pal question from our boy Hayden's Hideout. Anybody want to tackle that?
Yeah, I got it already. He said, "Hey pals, with this month being Batman month on the channel, I'm curious to hear what are your top 3 favorite Batman stories. My personal list: Court of Owls, Zero Year, and No Man's Land." Sean's percolating on his. I will say, oof. Okay, I'm gonna go with Long Halloween.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna go with. Oh, it's a weird pick. It's a weird pick, and I don't know. I'm not sure if it actually fits. But what was the Paul Dini book? The Last Night. Paul Dini Batman comic night. It was the Dark Knight. It's a Batman story, a true Batman story. It's a Vertigo book about Paul Dini and his depression after the animated series.
Mm.
And I think it's a really, really, really underrated book drawn by Eduardo Rizzo that I think everyone should check out. It's not Batman's more of an idea in it rather than it being a Batman story, but it's very good. And then I want to say not Court of Owls, but actually I think Endgame, Batman Endgame, really that was like a book landing. It's like nailing the landing in a sense where it's like, oh, that might have been the best thing of the whole run was the end. And where does Ed Morrison's Batman's up there somewhere? Yeah, but those are the ones that come to mind.
So mine are Batman Hush. It's one of the first books that I picked up as I started to get into this, and I love the art. I like the writing for it being just fun, action packed. I really like. I just had Black Mirror. That's one of my favorites. Like
Great one.
post really getting into the comic space, and probably my number one is Swamp Thing number 7, Night of the Bat, and where Swamp Thing goes to visit Gotham City, and he dukes it out with Batman. I'm kidding. It's also Long Halloween.
I didn't think you were kidding.
Yo,
I think
same DC Crane.
for me, it's Long Halloween, Grant's Batman. I guess if I had to pick a specific arc or whatever, Batman, R.I.P., Black Glove, all that stuff, and Court of Owls. That whole piece, I love all that stuff.
Has that list changed for you over the years? Because I would have
Nah.
said Killing Joke earlier in my reading career as like, one of those, oh, and at the end he's laughing, but then he's not. Did he kill him? Because that was sort of the excitement about it.
Interesting. Killing Joke. Yeah, I never really cared that much about Killing Joke, I guess. Okay. All right. Let's move forward. We've got a little bit of news that we're going to tackle. Then we're going to open up the phone lines. We'll play a game. We'll get out of here. First bit of news we've got is that Marvel is doing another Jean Grey series. Not an ongoing this time, a miniseries. So we've got a Jean Grey miniseries coming that's going to be following her. The synopsis reads: the Phoenix is headed to Earth. Jean Grey is a flame within. When she touches down, will she consume all she touches, or will she maintain control of the life-giving, life-taking power coursing through her? Jed MacKay is going to be writing this book. The artist is going to be Roger Antonio. They got for this book of Cyclops fame. Yeah. The art in Cyclops was pretty good.
Yeah. Did you keep up with that at all? No, you had an X-Band. You just read it for the one episode. At least we're calling them miniseries now. At least this is being like, hey, it's going to be 5 issues. This is what to expect. Again, a little corporate synergy, right? I think it's public knowledge now. She's in the movies. So it makes sense for this book to come out. I think Jed MacKay writing it is surprising. Because like that's the X-Men guy. Like I know, like, oh, X-Men guy writing the X-Men book, but like is him writing a mini series to one of the main characters doesn't feel like something you give to Jed MacKay. But good for him, I guess.
What do you mean by that?
Like Jed MacKay is like who you write on the X-Men book, rather than I feel like you try someone a little smaller on the tier list for Marvel in their eyes to do the miniseries book. So the fact that Jed MacKay is writing this makes me think, okay, this might be important. And the fact that this is spinning out of DNX and something massive has changed according to the solicit, makes me curious about what's happening in DNX and why does Jean need to come back from her space tour?
Well, synergy.
Well,
But
yeah, besides that, yeah.
yeah. Like story wise. I've not been keeping up with any of the X-Men stuff. So DNX will be a way back in. And I even in Claremont stuff, I never liked the cosmic aspect of Jean Grey. I liked her as, the mutant with the Omega level powers, right? So her coming back to Earth is actually appealing for me as somebody who I feel like has been excommunicated. Excommunicated from
that was a book at one point.
From the X-Men line as a whole. So this is actually a good thing. I think. I think it's good for the direction that I would want to see her character go in. And if it plays directly into DNX in some meaningful way, then you know what? Cool. I don't even mind the corporate synergy of it. I do think then that there's something interesting you can do. And to your point, Tyler, the fact that this is Jed MacKay writing it, while you could give this to another writer who's maybe a little more up and coming or working to fill in some of the gaps, the fact that this is Jed means that maybe there's a bit more synergy between this and the story itself. So I actually don't mind that. This seems exciting, frankly. The stakes aren't necessarily there because obviously she's not going to come back and blow up the world. But if she has to keep it under wraps, that's interesting. What do we do with that? What kind of tension does that build for our other characters here?
Man,
Listen,
I agree with what Marco said in the sense that I am also that kind of Jean fan. I think most Jean fans are like this, that you're either a Jean fan or you're a Phoenix fan.
Yeah.
And Jean Grey fans tend to want to see Jean Grey as the Omega level mutant who's a part of the team and, doing what she does. And so that's why the Phoenix book didn't work for me. It's not because Stephanie Phillips isn't a talented writer. I just don't want to see Jean in that way. I don't want to see her be a cosmic character. Jed MacKay writing a Phoenix book, though, doesn't light me on fire because I'm not that big a fan of Jed. I will say, though, with the Nova book, I thought that was pretty good.
Yep.
So I'm going to try this. There's no doubt about it.
Think about Jed MacKay's track history with solo titles. Nova, you like that. Moon Knight, everyone likes that. Black Cat, very well regarded book. Mary Jane, very well regarded book. So not only does Jed have a good history with solo-led books, he also has a good history with solo-led female books. So I think that actually gets me excited for this book, just from a creative standpoint.
That's fair. I haven't read Moon Knight or Black Cat, so I really can't comment. I might have tried. Actually, I think I tried them both and didn't care for them. Maybe
we definitely read Mark Spector Moon Knight #1 for the show.
Yeah. That's right. And it wasn't for me, but Jean is for me. I'm not a Moon Knight fan, so Jean Grey being for me might make this work, and I just need her back on Earth. So if those are the ingredients, and then you got Roger Antonio on art, I'm gonna try.
What do you think of the costume?
No.
Really?
I think this costume sucks.
I love when she's in the headgear,
I like the headgear. I just don't like the actual design of what's on her body. Just the color scheme. Like, I like the scheme of the colors, but I don't like the way they land. It's like she's wearing Cyclops' outfit almost.
Which is a rumor that he ain't making it out of DNX.
Oh, and that's why
she's back. And I think you're right in the sense that the color coordination of her outfit is telling a story.
Gotcha.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Oh, especially the background of the last one. Was it Nogi?
The one where she got a pointy butt?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Hey.
She's angular, bro. She put in that work.
Sometimes you go to DR, you gotta sit on the plane weird on the way back.
That's crazy.
I love Jean Grey to death, but I do feel like she would have a pointy butt. I don't know why.
I mean, many such cases.
Pointy or like pancakey?
Like
Pointy.
it would be like, yeah, like it would be there, but it would just be pointy. Like it wouldn't be round. You know what I mean? I just have that feeling.
Not like the
Ge-
Doñas, right? Not like the Doñas
No,
up
no.
on.
Jean Grey has too much attitude to have no ass, but it's definitely like not, we're not talking about
Jesus
a
Christ.
dumper. It's not a
Jesus
wag.
Christ.
Yeah. Love this. Love that Jean is getting a new book. I really hope it's good. I really, really hope it's good. I want to love it. And she should be wearing half gloves. I agree.
Gavin
Oh.
says, dude, I don't put it out there like this, but if Marvel kills Cyclops at a point where he's finally as popular as he is, they're fucking up. And I would say that's the Marvel way.
Yeah, that's the Marvel method.
Yeah. The fact that he gets killed is proof of his popularity.
It's that meme where the guy's riding the bike and puts a stick in it. Like, how did I get in my own way?
Oh man. All right. Let's move on from Jean as much as I don't want to. And let's talk about Marvel's Incursions.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. So because of Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, Marvel is of course trying to give us everything that's remotely related to those films in the comics. So they're going back to the well with the incursions that were happening during the Time Runs Out era of Jonathan Hickman's Avengers run, and they're showing us stories of what happened during the incursions, and battles that took place and things like that. So Alex Packnadell and Jim Toll will tell the story of X-Men Incursions #1, which sees two mutant realities going head to head: Days of Future Past versus House of M. All right. Then you've got Spider-Man Incursions, which is written by Christos Gage, with we don't have solicit for what that's going to be. Fantastic Four Incursions, which is Ethan Parker, Griffin Sheridan, and Paco Medina. X-Men 92 Incursions by Yost and Kyle and more. X-Men or Avengers Incursions by Al Ewing and Fran Mariscal Mansilla. Huh.
Wait, so
This
X-Men
feels
gets
like-
X-Men and then they also get X-Men 92?
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
This is feeling like was it when we were in the age of Revelation and you got that Miss Marvel book that kind of like goes through all of the different histories of things related to big X-Men moments, in that this is seemingly calling back to all of these big moments in Marvel history. Like, this isn't exciting. It doesn't mean it's going to be bad. You have some good creators attached to this, so I'm sure the books will be enjoyable. But this isn't this is the thing that I'm probably most interested in picking up.
It's kind of a snooze for me too. Like this thing, like the Packnadell What If book, that was like what if the Ultimates had won the Incursion. That was actually a pretty good one shot. So maybe this would be fine in the sense that like I'll enjoy it while I read it. But like these aren't going to be a long, like I don't imagine these being a book I think about for forever. You know what I mean? And again, it kind of has a bit of a doomsday stank on it.
Yeah.
It's funny, like we talk about corporate synergy, but like we have Incursions coming back right when the Incursions are happening in the movies, and a Jean Grey book coming out, and Jean Grey is now in the movies. So it does feel like we're getting an incursion of more MCU synergy in terms of their books being coming out at certain times.
What's with the in the trade dressing, the C and the O being big? Is that like an allusion to something? Is that just the design team thought that was a good idea?
That's just design team. Maybe it's to be representative of like the two Earths flashing. because they're rounded, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what they're trying to get across with that. I can tell you that these covers I'm not into. Like the what I guess are the cover A's. I'm not sure if these are the cover A's, but the one with a character in the middle of the two
Yeah.
sides going head to head, that just looks so rough to me. They don't look like they belong there. Like, look at Captain Marvel. She's
It's
like, yeah,
a sticker sheet.
yeah.
It's literally just a sticker placed on the background,
Yeah.
which seems lazy. I don't want to say lazy because it's, you know, it's more than I could do, but it's a very cookie cutter.
Ish. Yeah. I can't say that I'm excited for this. I'm looking forward to the Avengers one because Al Ewing is a part of it.
Yeah.
And I'll probably get the first one because I think it's sort of interesting that Days of Future Past and House of M would coincide. But it's like, dude, I would have been way more interested in these 10 years ago when the event was actually happening.
Yeah, this is like more Battle Worlds books.
What the fuck? What
A decade
wonky
later.
way to tie
Yeah.
in.
And also X-Men 92, like depending on who's on that, I might be interested. What is it going to be, like X-Men 92 versus X-Men Evolution?
That makes sense.
Because on the Brian Hitch cover, which he cannot escape the Ultimate Universe, you see Evolution Rogue there in the background.
Oh yeah.
Word. Yeah.
Huh.
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
Battle World.
I think this cover is telling because it is for X-Men #1, but it doesn't just feature the X-Men, it features all kinds of people. So yeah, I think there's validity to that. Oh, X-Men Evolution Wolverine is there too.
Is he?
He's at the bottom. If you look underneath Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh
Yeah, so that's probably what it's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Interesting.
cool.
Because otherwise, it looks like we have Mayday Parker Spider Girl versus Spider Gwen's universe. Maybe that's the Spider Man one. The Spider Girls versus each other.
Mm.
I don't know which version of Hulk that is. But yeah, it's definitely evolution here, which is interesting.
I think that might be Ultimate Hulk. I don't know. Yeah, so this starts off with X-Men Incursions in November of this year. Then we'll get Spider-Man Incursions the next month. Fantastic Four Incursions as well in December, so 2 in December and then 2 in January. X-Men 92 Incursions and Avengers Incursions are both in January. So they're getting this out over the course of 3 months. I don't know. This is the kind of thing that I kind of generally want to pass on.
Yeah. Kind of where I'm at. But if it's a slow week, I might pick it up.
Ooh. Maybe that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah.
I mean, they're self-inflicting slow weeks at this point.
Yeah.
Let's spin the wheel. We owe a few more.
Okay.
Might
All right,
as
drink
well.
up. Drink up.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Drink it if you got it. I don't care what it is, what time it is, whether it's water, whether it's beer, whether it's wine, margaritas, whatever you got, drink it up.
Yes.
I don't know about all that.
You could drink that too.
Oh, all right. Hey.
Granny's peach tea, bro.
That's so no.
Was that like a Man of Steel thing?
Batman vs Superman.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
All right.
Well, I'll drink. Oh.
Well, I hope you got a minute, Marco.
Ooh. Should I do it?
I don't think
I
so,
don't want to be
bro.
associated with that, so no.
Okay. What can I talk about for a minute? Oh, okay. You got me?
Yeah.
I not a lady, not a female.
Whoa.
I don't. In preparation for this wedding, I had no real context for what women's products cost, what makeup costs, for probably what amounted to the weight of maybe like a pound, maybe like 2 pounds of things, like of miscellaneous liners and shampoo and hair products and whatever else. Uh, when I was looking at the cash register and the person like ringing us up, she got halfway through the bag, and I looked over at the little thing that was marked up. It was already at $200. And I looked back, I'm like, why do we have more left in that bag? We came out with a almost $500 bill for makeup, which I was told is called a pink tax.
Did you not know what the pig tax is?
I knew of it. I did not know what it costs in practice until that day.
It's funny because I remember going to a Walgreens and seeing like a hammer set, you know, like hammer, screwdriver, all that stuff. Normal one was like $10. The literal pink one was 12.
That's crazy.
Are you getting your makeup done, Marco?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm getting I actually have to go check out a salon to do my hair now that it's longer. So
For my first wedding, I did get some makeup done.
word, Pat. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. Get that Ulta gift card and be generous, because that's just not gonna go far.
That's fucked. Unreal.
That's why whenever you're at a bar, you get a girl's number. And then for your main chick, when you go to Ulta, you say, "Oh, you can use my account for my rewards points," and you just use the number from the girl at the bar you're talking to. You steal her points, and then you can get your main girl whatever you want from Ulta.
So they're gonna go to Ulta, plug that in, and be like, "Hey,
No
Shelly."
points left. Yeah, no points left.
Okay.
Thank you, Marco, for that minute. That's
Okay.
shocking.
It was wild.
Well, it's also wild that Ron V is not on the show today. But we were gonna talk to him about the fact that New Gods is coming back.
Uh-huh.
New Gods is making its return. Ron V broke the news in a League of Comic Geeks AMA. We already knew that there were plans to bring it back. It was never intended to be, or never said to be, gone forever. It was a hiatus as Ron V took a break from writing superhero comics entirely. This is what he had to say during his AMA. I'm excited for everyone to see the recent New Gods thing I wrote. It's a nice check-in with all the characters after the events of the previous arc. I don't have a specific date for you all. I took a break from superheroes to do a few other things, so those are coming along nicely. That said, I worked on a New Gods thing recently, and I think we know who the artist will be for a second season / arc. That's very, very interesting, because that implies that it won't be Evan Cagle.
Right.
Yes.
Which I'm a little sad about, because I really think he was doing cool stuff in the series, but I'm sure they'll find somebody just as capable, just as inventive, maybe not as stylistic, because Cagle is his own beast, but it's a shame. I would have liked to have seen more. I think the duo does really good work.
I think I really liked Evan Cagle, and the stuff that he did on New Gods I thought was stellar. But it did kind of get to a point towards the end of the run, that first volume, where Evan wasn't on the book.
Yeah.
And other artists were, and it didn't become like a fill-in artist doing a separate story as a thematic element, as much as it was like, oh, okay, well, we need to get this book done. So if they can get somebody, if Rom could get somebody that he likes enough and who can also do a majority of it, then I'm all for that. And then maybe he could still do that thematic element that he was doing with other artists, and have Evan be one of those. But I know they have a Decidium, Deicidium coming out, so Evan's a little busy for sure.
Oh, that's with Evan?
That's with
Yep.
Evan. Yeah,
Oh shit! You know what? I take it back. He's busy. My boy's busy. Leave him alone.
booked and busy.
Love that for him. Typical Spider with the 199 says Rom V looks a lot like Marco.
Hey, let's go. We've commented on the long hair before. It's funny seeing him at a con, because we've built up a rapport where I just pull up to him and hey, Rom, shake hands, and we just chit chat. He's fucking cool as shit, dude. He's awesome. Thank you.
Very chill, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I'm into this. I thought I wasn't as big a fan of New Gods as a lot of other people were. It was too intellectual for me. But yeah, welcome back for sure. I'm into it. That's all. We'll see when it comes back. There's no date. There's nothing really known about it other than the fact that it's coming. So hopefully soon.
I do hope they pick it up with 13 and not with a new number 1. I think maintaining the continuity helps for people to find the old series and then continue through. So this being billed as the season 2, similar to his Swamp Thing, I think makes sense.
Agreed. I don't feel like we need a new number 1. But and DC, I could see DC just going with 13.
Yeah, same.
Marvel
hope.
wouldn't.
They got to get that new number 1 pop.
Hey, welcome to the chat, Kingdom of Nerds. Thank you for being here. Says good morning, everyone. Congrats, guys, for Comic Book Community Awards finalists. Yes, so I forgot to mention this earlier on, and I forgot to tell the pals. I wanted to tell them this morning, but we had a little bit of an emergency going on. We were nominated for an award.
That's right.
So I'm going to put it in the chat. And I want, well, you know, if you guys feel like it, I think you're allowed to vote. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but we were nominated by who knows who for the comic book. What was it called?
The best live stream, which is celebrating the most popular or impactful live streamed content.
Yep.
Oh, rad.
And they do this every year. They break it up by tiers. So based on subscribers, we're in a bucket where it's like 5,000 subscribers and everybody else. So we're competing with, you know, Comic Pop. We're competing with just everybody. That
Light work. Light
Easy,
work.
But
What's
hey, shit, maybe we have a shot.
What's the viewership right now? What's the live count? Let's no, it's not.
I'm just saying, if the category is live stream, we're pretty good. I think we're good.
We're consistent. We never miss.
That's fucking true. I even brought up to Sean, like, you want to delay the show by like a half hour? Didn't even respond to it. That wasn't even an option.
No. Yeah.
No way, we can't.
Shut up, Tyler.
We gotta.
Sorry.
Whoa,
you're not the one who has to make the graphics, Marco, in 5 minutes.
Fair. You're right.
It wasn't for you guys. It was for me.
How do I vote? Oh, here's the link. I got it.
Okay, yeah. Share the link with the voting possibility so these people can vote if they want to.
Put it in
yeah, Gavin.
Slack.
Gavin's totally right. Pretty good for a couple of dumb motherfuckers.
What'd you call me?
Comic pals, you about a stupid motherfucker.
What a dumbass. Marco shared the link to vote in the chat. So vote if you want to. You know, it's cool if we win. If we don't, that's okay too. I'm not really that pressed about it, but it'd be fun. It'd be fun to win. And you guys always go so hard for us that I wouldn't be surprised if you made that happen. But again, it's not that big of a deal.
I'm gonna put it up on the Discord as well, so that'll be upcoming for anybody who might catch this on the VOD later.
I take voting very seriously, so I'm not going to just vote right now because I need to do investigation on everyone else here. I need to know who's up
voting there. The Comics Pals ticket. So Comics Pals, Comics Are Dope.
Was it the Working Families Party?
It's the minivan driver family.
Well, if we're bigging ourselves up in this moment, we might as well make another announcement. Not announcement, but we were quoted. Well, our interview was quoted this week in Popverse. Our interview with Stephanie Williams was quoted. They used several things that she said in our conversation about Vixen, about her ladies' night idea. that she talked about. How she wanted to use a bunch of black heroes and villains. All that stuff that she said, all the big stuff that she said on our show, they quoted directly, including the fact that her and Cody Ziegler and Morgan Hampton have a group chat and that there might be crossovers with their books and things like that. So shout out to Popverse for writing it up and for quoting us and giving us actual credit without us having to say anything about it. That feels good. And you're welcome.
That was a fun episode. That was a fun interview. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites of the year for sure. Okay, so we owe a couple, literally, more wheel spins. Then let's open the phones up.
Open the lines. If we get one Baba Booey, I'm good. And do you know your pal? I don't know if we have anything
still
for
don't
that.
have
Right?
anything for
Yeah,
that,
no, I gotta
yeah.
just fucking take it off the list, or we gotta get off the pot on that one. Highlight a book. Okay, this I can do.
Cool.
I have a couple of books. I mean, I talked about fucking DC Sonic Metal Legion, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to shout out. I'm bringing up my read list here. Okay, here we go. Die Loaded, Kieran Gillen. This is Kieran Gillen with art by Stephanie Hans. Letters by Clayton Cowles. I finally caught back up on that. I know everyone's like, oh, read Power Fantasy. I'm almost caught up with Power Fantasy, right? But I am reading Die Loaded. It's a direct continuation of Kieran and Stephanie's previous book, Die, which is about a group of people from England that get transported into this world, Jumanji style. That's like a TTRPG, very Dungeons and Dragons, but it's made in a way that like Gillen made this world. So it's like a homebrewed thing. And now we have like a secondary group of like people related or sort of related to our main cast. They got sucked into this world now, and they sort of know about it, but they don't. And what's happening? It's a lot of kids in this now, and it's dealing with. There's one issue that it was like a 1-2 punch with issue 7 and 8. One dealt with the idea of dementia, and one dealt with the idea of womanhood and childbirth. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, Kieran Gillen. Really, really damn good book, and it continues to be good. So easy recommendation if you like Die. I think it's a little hard to get into if you never read Die. I don't think you should jump into just Die Loaded. But I recommend Die as well.
Cool. I never read that. Die.
Good. Stephanie Hans, man, on interiors is not something you see often.
I might have to check it out. I've been wanting to read some more Kieran Gillen lately. He's been on my mind for some reason. I guess it's because he's not on the stands right now, as far as I know.
Well, Die Loaded is.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. I guess I was thinking about Power Fantasy and how that's over
Sure.
with. But
Sure.
yeah. Okay, so I figure let me do the origin real quick, and then we'll open the phones.
Okay.
All right. So if you guys want to call in, hang with us for a few more minutes. We're gonna share the number with you. We want your calls. We want your takes. We want all that. I am going to thank the rest of the patrons who make this show possible, and then there's something weird about this origin.
Ooh.
And I'll explain it when we get there. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of awkward. But thank you to Amin, the Almighty Perez, Houston, the Century Kid Murphy, Young Dende, Faye Fighter DeWoody, Cosmic November, Carter the Owl Shogunate, Steve Swarm Canaris, Scripture the Wardens of the Word, Jack of Some Trades Cloutier, Emperor MD Wani, Mad Max Pliskin, Jack Grimstone Grimmy, Eli the Mothman, Patrick the Inspiration Zay, Captain Chris Collective, Ray Lytle, Integray, Ash the Golem, Just Unseen, Ryan Spain, Spider Mankey, Idle Wilder, Anonymous, DC Crane, O'Shawn, and Notches Malone. Now, you guys know that for the most part, I write the origins, but something strange happened. I got an email last night, and it was a whole bunch of text. And I read through it, and it was an origin for Superjob that I didn't write. So I'm gonna read it now. This is Superjob. Hey you! Yes, I'm talking to you. If you can hear this, it means you're a real live human being. That's pretty cool. I've always wondered what I had to do to become a real boy. Anyway, I know that you dweebs pay 10 or 20 bucks a month for the disgruntled one to write an origin for you. Apparently, I did too, because I'm getting one right now. Well, I decided I'm not going to wait around for Sean to catch some inspiration and write my origin. I'm going to write it myself. So here it is, the super secret origin of You're at the Super Job. And I promise, this will be better than any slop that Joshua Williamson writes. Yes, I read his comics. Yes, I hate them. No, I am not joking. My life started out as simply as anyone else's. I was born to two regular folk who loved me and had a perfectly boring life until one day it hit me. Something happened inside of me, and I had a realization that I'm not real, that nothing I see around me is real. Not my parents, my friends, my dog, none of it. That everything I know in my life is fiction, concocted by a wannabe writer with delusions of grandeur. Who comes up with their own superhero universe populated with fans of their YouTube channel anyway? Loser. But oh, did it tear me in twain? It drove me stark raving mad, I tell you. I stopped caring about all the things that mattered to me in life. This new knowledge didn't come with any superpowers. It's not like I can fly or leap tall buildings in a single bound. I can't even talk to fish, and that's the lamest power there is. What I did discover, though, are these dimensional rifts, unseeable to the naked eye. These holes are actually bridges that connect our realities to each other. I know that because the first time I saw one, I walked through it. Who cares what's on the other side? I'm not real anyway. Turns out it was your world. I was as invisible to them as the Comics Pals are to the YouTube algorithm. I could walk through your world unseen and unheard, giving me a new reason to live. Voyeurism. Just kidding. But really, though, watching you people is fascinating. The things you do when you think nobody is watching you. Seriously, you shouldn't do that anymore. See a doctor. Jesus. Eventually, I stumbled upon humanity's greatest creation. Comic books. Words and pictures combining to tell stories no other medium can match. I was enthralled. Sure, there is a lot of intellectual smarmy crap, but I don't waste my time with that stuff. Give me the action. Give me the sex. Give the events. The honest to goodness truth is, the only thing that brought me joy in this unfamiliar world were comic books. These things probably saved my life, as lame as that is to say. Comics are bridges too. They're bridges for people all around the world to communicate and find each other. I think you're all losers, but look at you. You've come together to listen to the chiefest losers talk about the medium you all love. That's pretty beautiful, isn't it? So there you have it, folks. My origin story. I wonder what's next. I'll probably find out that I'm not the only one in the world who knows they're not real. Maybe it'll be a hot woman and we can live happily ever after. Who knows? Also, don't forget, whenever danger is near, have no fear. Superjob is here. Sorry, this was my moment. I had to get that in. Celsius!
Let's go, Celsius.
Is this Super Drop Prime?
Yeah.
Yo, no joke. You were reading. I'm like, I don't remember getting an email last night. I'm looking at our email. I'm like, I don't fucking remember that.
Yeah,
What
wait
the
a
fuck is
second.
going on here?
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, I got worked.
A little bit.
that was cool.
That's fun.
Great job,
Super
Superjob.
I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, you wrote it, so.
Yeah, good job
right.
writing.
Oh, man. That's fun. That's fun.
Williamson
I had a good
shade.
time.
Catching a stray. Jeez.
Superjob, doesn't like Williamson, allegedly,
Oh.
supposedly. If you want an origin like that, you can reach out to us and we will get it done for you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You're welcome, Superjob. Absolutely. If you want one, patreon.com/thecomicspals is the only way to get one. All right. Sorry, Marco.
Patrick Zay said, "Bro shit on Williamson, then stole his whole flow." Yeah.
Oh man, Common Sense said how much I missed the whole show, buddy.
You were here earlier.
Yeah.
I don't really know where you are. I don't know where you are. This temporally, I don't know where you are. You have to find out how much you missed.
Okay. Let's open phone numbers up. Call number. The line is open. We will take your calls. We'll do this for probably another half hour, and we'll have some fun. Let's do it.
Open. Numbers up on the screen there.
646-481-1469. How did that happen?
I
Oh, okay.
where I shuffled through them until 69 was in one of them.
Get those calls in, please. Let's talk.
646. That's a New York City area code, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so, yeah.
traditionally. Yeah.
Uptown.
We need a Rom B calling. All right, who's calling? Let's see who we got here.
Call from
Near.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, hello, a listener. Who are you and what you calling for?
It's Near. What's up, guys?
Hey, Neil.
Hey, what's up?
What
What
you
y'all
doing?
intellectuals up to?
You know,
Struggling, bro.
being
Not that
boring.
intellectual.
Putting
Getting
on a boring
our-
show.
Getting our brains wrinkled.
Yeah. Come on, Kirkman. Like, that's all I gotta say. Come
That's
on.
right. That's right. How is he gonna do that to us, bro?
I
It's
like how
kinda-
you
it's kinda
said
fucked up.
the way
And
you
he's
pronounced
like-
Kirkman was Kirkman, and I'm picturing like a Charlie Kirk superhero
Kirkman.
with the nope.
Oh, don't do it.
I just like he's the businessman at like Skybound, right? Or is he partnered? Or is he at Image?
He's the head of Skybound.
Yeah, and he's
Oh,
the
wow.
COO of Image.
Yeah,
C-
it just feels weird coming from him, especially as like the guy trying to sell you comics, especially his comic. I don't know. It whatever he talks about, like comics being too intellectual, like whether I think it was specifically about writing, but it's already has that like someone has that tinge. I think I said it in a comment earlier, like a tinge of someone not willing or to engage in media where it's like you gotta think a little bit. And I've
Put a
been
little
seeing
more
that
effort.
Skybound stock shit too. Like you gotta invest in Skybound.
I have been seeing that too. Those ads. I've been getting those ads.
Yeah.
I've
Now's
thought
a great
about it.
time.
I've thought about it, dude.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
Be a good investment. You invest in your future.
Well, Marvel. I mean, Marco, you clearly wish you had invested in Marvel back in the day, right? And you couldn't.
100%.
So now
I
you
couldn't.
can. You
Uh,
can invest in
That's
the new Marvel.
that's what I'm. That's the thing. That's the plan. So hopefully it works. Hopefully it pulls through.
Near, did you invest?
Nah, that's too intellectual. I don't know how to work that. That's just too much for me. I just got an interview. That's the hardest shit I did.
Hey, good shit,
There you
dude.
go.
Oh,
That's-
dude, did you
that's
get the
awesome.
job?
Not yet. I got an interview. I had to go through like AI, the AI chatbot. I had to talk to Pizza Pete, and then they accepted my shit immediately.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah. Every kind of job application now has an AI filter through it. Where there's a part of me that's
Pizza Pete.
like, if you need to use AI to make your resume, I almost feel like that's the ethical thing to do at this point. But just don't use it if you can avoid it.
I've handwritten my
There you go.
resume, so
There you go.
Good, good.
no
Thanks so much for calling us, Near. We really appreciate hearing from you, man.
problem. See y'all.
Yeah. Good luck,
care.
dude.
Be well and good luck.
call from
Funny as Buck, aka Korean Professor X.
to accept.
All right. Korean Professor X, you're live on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Just happy to be calling in. I wanted to call in and congratulate Marco on the wedding and say, you guys are the best. Appreciate everything you guys do. I don't think I've ever called in. Long time listener, first time caller. But yeah, love the show.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you for calling. Really appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
of
Marco's.
course.
It's Marco's second time around, so he's got it.
That's
I
right.
also want to say, Marco, too, on top of the marriage thing, Marco's dishing out solid dating advice in the Discord. When it comes to Volt, we got to nurture. He's out there just whiling over fine shit and chopping every girl he sees. So sometimes he needs a little guidance.
You
And
gotta-
Marco's been doing that, putting him under the
gotta-
wing.
gotta guide the youth, drive them towards what's right. And what's right is love, bro. That first and foremost, love and communication.
The
sure.
the manosphere has nothing on the Marcosphere.
No, the manosphere is anti. The Marco is anti manosphere.
For sure. But yeah, just shout out the Discord too in general. Everyone in there. It's a fun community. Always doing stuff in the voice channels there. Stuff like that. So I wanted to shout out everyone in there. Shout out Jet. Shout out Near. Shout out Pat. Shout out Gavin. Shout out everybody. But yeah, thanks guys for having me.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you
Unless
for
you had
calling.
questions for me as a Korean Professor X, I don't know if there's any insight I can give you.
I think that any question that I have for you would get me canceled, so I'm just going to avoid
Yeah,
that
that's fair.
altogether.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
smart. Yeah.
I'm already tiptoeing in dangerous territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to ask
fair,
what
that's fair.
Magneto's favorite bibimbap is, but whatever.
Oh, he said he's tiptoeing between dangers, so you're fluctuating between the border, jumping in and out.
Oof, okay.
All right,
Oh,
Thank
the
you.
DMZ.
All
All right. He's off.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
off the air.
that's it.
Thanks for
All right,
calling.
pals.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all taking the call.
See it.
Take care.
Thanks, dude.
All right, peace.
Who's next?
Call from
Clayton.
Oh,
Hey, Clayton, you're live on the Comics Pals. What's up?
Yay, what's going on, pals? 3 for 3, let's go. How's it going?
good. What do you got to say?
Fuck Red Dead Redemption or Rainer de Ritter, whatever that guy was a fan of. And I just wanted to say shout out to the pals, love the channel. Also shout out Pat Zay, shout out Nier, shout out Steve Canaris and the Aspiring Writers group in the Discord.
Yes.
Last time I showed out, a bunch of people checked it out and joined the Discord, so I just thought I'd shout out again. And I do just want to know your guys' general thoughts on the comic landscape right now. What are your thoughts on new Image titles that have been coming out? There have been lots of Image #1s this year, and I just want to know what you think has been hitting. What do you think has been a bit of a miss?
Missing most of Marvel, but there are some gems there. Hitting Dennis Camp, Bleeding Hearts. I think the Vertigo titles right now are a lot of them are kind of slipping through the cracks, and people aren't recognizing them. I think End of Life is really good. Rom V's one, which we're hopefully going to talk about this week. We're going to talk about on the show. Black Tower that comes out this week. Bleeding Hearts is phenomenal. So I think more people should be talking about the Vertigo books.
Overall,
Go ahead.
positive. Like I feel like I've been saying this more and more, but this is a comic book renaissance. If there is a new era, I think that's what that is. This is the renaissance in the space for art, for writing, for the combination of both of those things. Just a lot of creator owned and a lot of creator driven, which I think is important. So anything that is backed by that passion is going to be a good book, I think.
Dude, I think the comic industry is in a really strong place. There are books that are selling well, really well. I mean, we just talked about Terminal. It's in that 300K club, which is a beautiful thing. And you want to see that happening as often as it can because it means that people are organically supporting these books. Yes, Terminal was buoyed by blind bags, but that's okay. We're seeing, these absolute titles sell like hotcakes. And in the image indie space, I think we're doing well too. Like, Dork is one of my favorite comics right now. I love that book. It's so much fun. It's exemplary of what I would like to see more of in the industry. So I guess I agree with Robert in that sense. But yeah, I think it's in a good spot.
Awesome. And just one other thing, Sean, what are your, because I have a theory, and I know lots of people have a theory. What are you what's your main speculation of who you think Colton's powers are? Because I know the last episode you said that you weren't too sure, and you've been avoiding all of the online discourse about it. So I was just wondering what your thoughts on it were.
Man, I was so sure that it was the Sentry this whole time. But I don't think it is because of the way that they've talked about it. Like they've said Sentry-like powers. So I think they probably would have told us if we should be thinking about him. At this point, I'm thinking it's Hyperion, honestly.
Interesting.
We haven't seen him in a while. I don't know what he's up to. Sentry has a book, so it can't be Sentry.
There was a different Hyperion in what was it? McKay's Avengers.
There was a time where I really wanted it to be Blue Marvel for a similar reason of just what's he up to, and it would be cool to just implement his powers again. Maybe that could get him back into the story. But then I had another theory, and it seems like that theory is doing real well. But yeah, otherwise, just glad I got to come on. Glad I got to talk to you guys. I won't take up too much time so others can get on. Love the channel. Love what you guys do. Have a wonderful Saturday.
Thank you, Clay.
Thank you, dude.
Take care.
There's somebody they call that left us a voicemail, and they're from a different they're abroad, so I'm gonna try and call them back. Let's see if I
I
can
think
give
that
them a
might be
call.
Jay Sage. He said he's been trying to
You
get
don't
in.
have enough credit to make this call. Go to
Oh,
voice settings
okay,
and
I
add
guess I
credit
can.
to your
Whoa,
Google Voice
easy,
account.
easy. Hold on,
All
hold
right,
on.
oh, calling us broke. What the fuck? All right,
Hold
who's
on.
calling here?
We got that motion.
Hi, caller. This is the Comics Pals. You're on the air. What's up? Who's this?
Entertaining.
There it is.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Well, I'm about to head off to work, so I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to be kind.
Oh,
Oh,
So first,
I love it.
again, Marco, congrats. You found a lady that actually put a ring on it.
Hey, let's go. She put the ring on. You're right.
what kind of ring?
I don't got it yet. So put away. Not to the wedding.
It was a Green Lantern ring as well as a lantern ring.
Got it. Now where I was going, but appreciate the clean
yeah.
the clean discussion.
I've been talking to all my female comic friends that are single, telling them to give you a shout out, Tyler.
Appreciate you. Thank you. I can use all the help.
And to you, Mr. Bartley.
He hears himself in the background.
Lower your radio.
I've been posting your little article in your magazine, telling people to read it because you know what you're talking about.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
That's really
That's
nice
very
of you. Wow.
So like I said, I'll be nice today.
I appreciate that. You're on your way to work?
I'm already at work and everything, about to pull off. So
Oh,
y'all basically caught me right before.
All right.
perfect.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad we did because today you were nice.
Yeah, don't worry, Sean. I promise to take away your smile next time.
Enemy
Trust me, you
number
won't have to
one.
work very hard. Thank you
Oh,
for
I
calling.
know.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
I do it every time I get the chance.
All right, take care. Have a good day at work.
All right, you too.
It. All right. Let's see. I think allegedly somebody's trying to call it. Let's see. Man, there's so many calls coming in. Jeez, I'm missing them all.
Jay Sage, try it now.
All right, here we go. Hey, caller, you're live. Who's calling, and what do you want to say?
Hey guys, it's Hound.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
Hound, how are you?
Good. Doing well. Deep in the depths of the Hound Cave here.
I hear it.
Getting ready for a renovation, actually. So look forward to sharing that with you when that's all done. Hey, I could not let Batman Must go by without some reflection on over 50 years of reading and collecting that title. So I thought I'd give you like some of the highlights from each decade, if that's okay.
Sure, please.
All right. So in the 70s, some of these are going to be super obvious, and a lot of listeners are going to have read these, and that's fine. But maybe I'll just reaffirm or get somebody started. 1970s, of course, you can't really have that discussion without talking about Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams. Starting in Detective Comics 395, there is an absolute edition coming up of Batman by Neil Adams. I'd recommend that people consider that. And of course, I think maybe I've told you the story before about how Batman 232 changed my life as a very young man recuperating from a significant surgery for months. Batman 232 enthralled me and made me a fan of the character for the next 5 decades and plus.
Wow.
So certainly, anytime you get a chance to delve into that, if you want to understand the origins of what Batman is today, it starts with that run. And then the other one from the 70s that I would mention is the run by Steve Englehart and Marshall Rogers in Detective Comics 469 to 476. So that does include the Laughing Fish storyline that, Sean, I know you read, and
Yeah.
I think you enjoyed that.
I did. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
Yeah. So that's actually the tail end of that. And it does include the reimaginations of Deadshot into the character that we know. There's a great Penguin story in there, and then there's a great Hugo Strange story with the Monster Men, and probably most significantly, there's a guest appearance by Dick as Robin that really shows him maturing from the kid sidekick to like a college student. It's really the first time that you really see him kind of take charge of a situation that has some seriousness to it. So that's the 70s. 80s. These are going to be super obvious, so I won't go into them at all. But of course, it's Dark Knight Returns, which reimagined the character in year one. Obviously, two great ones there by Frank Miller. The 90s, the ones that I tend to lean to as being amongst the best. Yeah, there's No Man's Land, but if you want to kind of know where all that started, go back and read the Contagion crossover, followed by Legacy and Cataclysm, that set that whole thing up. Obviously, Nightfall is the most well-known out of that era, but I actually tend to go to those three. And then out of the aughts, I would go with Bruce Wayne, Murderer, and Fugitive. There's a omnibus on that. Definitely would recommend people check that out. And then there's a 96-page standalone story by Darwin Cook, Batman Ego. If you've never read it, really got to check that out. That is a fantastic book, as you would expect from a talent like Darwin Cook. And then the 2010s, I think the poll reflected the right choice with Court of Owls. And then I would also include for consideration out of the 2010s, first three arcs of Tom King's run, the I Am Gotham, Suicide, and Bane. I think those were particularly strong before it kind of got a little bit off the rails. Don't read Night of the Monster Men, and don't include that in those issues. But those three particular runs or arcs in particular, I think are pretty strong. So anyway, I'll stop there and see if you got any questions or observations.
Hound, what is the one Batman run that you think is the most under discussed, the one that people don't talk about enough?
That's a great question. There is an Omni coming out. The writer that I don't hear mentioned amongst the best Batman writers, and there is that Omni coming, and it's Doug Mensch, and it's the pre-crises stuff that he did. That was pretty strong. When you get into the first introduction of Jason Todd, Killer Croc shows up there. There's a number of really strong storylines there, and it kind of leads up to and includes Batman 400, which was a fantastic anniversary issue.
What Legends of the Dark Knight stories did? Oh, Doug Mensch did Prey. Oh my God, I love Prey so much. It's one of my favorite Batman stories of all time.
Doug Mensch is the Moon Knight guy too, right? Didn't he do a lot of Moon Knight?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I think he was co-creator of Moon Knight.
Yeah,
He is,
it's very early Moon Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he really is White Batman.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Hound. Yeah, I think a lot more
Yeah,
people
yeah.
should read Prey, at the very least.
Yeah, that first grouping of Legends of the Dark Knight, of course, there's an Omni coming with that as well next year. Seems like DC's blowing the roof off in terms of collected editions in 27, which is a great thing. But there's going to be a number of selections out of that are definitely worth checking out. So anyway, as always, much love to you guys. Really appreciate all you do to keep us going, both here in terms of the show, and then also in the Discord. If you're hearing this, for the first time, thinking about a great community to join, you can't beat the pals. So please join us over on the Discord, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks,
Thank
Hound.
you so much. Take care.
Bye now.
All right,
All
let's
right.
see. There's people like fighting to get on. I'm looking at the voicemail transcriptions. I see like on my days, bro. I cannot get. I wonder who that is.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
All right.
On my days,
All
bro.
right, listener, you're live on the Comics Pals. Who's this? There's somebody who didn't get their settings correct.
Yo, Tyler, chill. I was muted. My
Okay.
Yo, my bad. Finally, I'm on. It's J Sage, guys. What's up?
What's up, Jay?
Hey, what is up, dude? Good to hear from
Yo, Sean, you sound so nice on the phone. I'm not gonna lie.
you. Oh, thank you. I've been told.
Tyler, I don't get to say hi to you enough. What's up?
Hello,
Marco,
hi.
my mango boy. How you doing?
Chilling.
That's good.
What you
That's
got
good.
going on?
First things first. Not much, man. I just came back from the gym, so I'm a little pumped. I'm a little hyped. I can see you guys smiling on my laptop. Shout out to Patrick Zay, Twin Trick. Shout out to my twin, Catherine. I don't really have much to say aside from that, honestly. But
You keep playing to get on the line just to say shout outs.
Yo, it's been a good week for me. I've had a couple of good news, great comics read. Loving Armageddon and the direction we're going in. I saw the Miracle Man rumors. I think those are pretty fire. I think that would be like a good juxtaposition, you know, like having, for example, let's say David Colton got the Sentry's powers, which would be nice. And then we've got possibly another Miracle Man coming into the 616, and then we can see those two ideas like clash, you know. Could be good. It could be interesting to see. I saw a couple of theories. I saw a couple of panel recreations. Someone even said they think this was supposed to happen a lot earlier, which is why Carol Danvers had her whole costume changed up. So I'm excited for that, to see how it goes. I thought Armageddon was going to be like kind of mid, but it's slow, or not really slow, but it's doing big things in a minor way, which I really like. So,
You know, Jay, I was trying to avoid what you just said as hard as I possibly could, and you just jumped on my phone line and completely spoiled me.
Oh shit! Oh yeah.
Well,
Shit, my bad.
it's only conjecture at this point.
Yeah, that's conjecture. That's my bad, Sean. I didn't mean to spoil it for you. I apologize.
It's okay. I understand how it can feel when you call in and you've got some shit you want to say. No worries, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying Armageddon. Yeah, it's fine. And also, congratulations or whatever on the news that you got this week.
Oh,
I appreciate that. Thank you. Hopefully, I'll be able to drop bigger super chats. If you notice, my super chat's kind of dried up, but hopefully I get back to that. So yeah.
Do you, dude?
All right, dude. Thank you for calling.
Appreciate it, bro.
No worries, man. Nice.
Good to hear from you.
See you guys.
Take care.
Very good to hear from you guys. Later.
See ya.
C.W. Gordon saying Snape killed Dumbledore. That's just fucking rude.
Wow, dude.
Yo, wait, I haven't seen it.
Jesus Christ, you guys with the spoilers now.
All right, I'm responding to this one who left a voicemail. Let's see if they're gonna answer. Hello, listener. You're live. It's the Comics Pals. What's going on?
What's good, Comics Pals? How y'all doing?
Who's this?
Voltage.
Oh boy. All right, Volt. What do you got to say?
Type shit. Nah, I got two things real quick. One, what do you thought about the new DC show they announced?
Oh, the People versus Gorilla Grodd?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about it.
Thoughts about it?
It's a Jimmy Olsen show, Marco, set in the James Gunn universe, where he's investigating Gorilla Grodd.
We already knew about this.
Yeah. Nah, but they announced it. I'm excited. I'm excited, bro. Cat Rain's gonna be in it. Like, come on now.
Oh, of course,
fiend, bro.
Yo, jeez.
But that's gonna be great. I'm telling you. I was having this debate. I think she needs her own TV show.
You think Cat Grant? Okay, what's your other thing you want to say, Volt?
No. Hold on. I gotta ask you a question, Volt. I gotta ask you. You called to ask us questions. I need to ask you questions. When was the last time you went on a date?
Never.
Never. Really?
Yeah. Who needs that, bro? Who needs that, bro? You're spending money.
It's hard in the towns.
You're spending like mad money. Yeah, facts type shit. Like the towns, it gets crazy type shit.
But you have been with people, like you have had relationships.
Not really. Well,
Okay.
like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean by it? Like,
Okay, this is all making sense to me.
what about you? What about you, Sean? Keep it a buck. What about you, Sean? What about you, Sean?
Have I had relationships? Yes, I have. Of
Actually,
course. Yeah. What do you think I am, an
Well,
incel? Yes, I have.
All right, I'll say this. Like, I'll blame Jet because Jet told me this question. Apparently, like, you met someone on World of Warcraft.
Yes.
Did you clap or no?
First of all, it's slash clap.
Dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, did you beat it? Did you beat the box?
You're disgusting, but I'll answer you anyway. I tried to, and it was a disaster because I ended up getting sick due to a dairy allergy and looked like a fucking mess and was having an asthma attack in front of her. So I was completely embarrassed and then got broken up with. How's that?
Damn, that's crazy. Did you kick her out of the guild? Did you kick her out of your Warcraft group then?
No, I didn't. Because I'm a fucking loser.
You're like
strong.
Spider-Man now. And this is my next question because this is my hot take. I think Jean Grey's chopped.
Oh,
stop! Get off the line! How dare you?
It's true. It's true. Look at James Gunn's universe compared to Marvel, bro.
What does that mean?
Nah.
He thinks Sadie Sink is chopped.
Yeah, she is, bro. Like,
That's.
You're gonna see her
I'm
like
just
her
having this
abs,
debate
bro.
with Isaac.
Okay, well, Jesus.
Bro, she's chopped, bro. Like, Storm is way better than her, bro. Like, I was having this debate in Discord telling people that MJ's eye and Jean Grey's chopped.
You're out of your mind.
It's because he likes those Dominicans, not the snow bunnies.
Type shit. Yeah,
What is this show now? What has the show
What's
turned
Cat
into?
Grant? Yeah. You know what, Volt? You gotta go, bro.
He's a menace.
Thank you for calling.
Nah. I'll call next time. At me,
Yes. Call next time. Take care.
I see a vote, dude.
Jesus.
What a nutcase.
He's so funny.
Oh my god. I knew. I read him for filth. I knew he had never been on a date. I knew he had never had a girlfriend.
He's
I was
right, though.
positive about these things.
Them shits are expensive sometimes, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
But knowing Volt, he would take a girl to McDonald's.
They got the Hello Kitty
you'll do
Godzilla crossover right now, so that's not a bad idea.
Perfect date. Come on now, Volt. You better take these girls out. You want to get something out of them. Jesus.
Get something in the sense of good companionship and a partner in life.
Anything. Anything. At the bare minimum, you got to take them out somewhere. You got to go and talk and communicate. This dude's sitting at home talking about Dominican baddies. You're never gonna get one if you don't go outside and take them on a date.
You gotta go to Dykeman.
Hey, not wrong.
Yeah, you could throw a rock in Dykeman, bro, and that shit will bounce back. That shit is bouncing back
off of all of it.
Yup. No more calls. Is that it?
I'm waiting.
We could be. Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Maybe we're done. It's been fun. A lot of you called in. We took more calls.
There's one person who left a voice. Well, let me see if I can call him back. Let's see. I don't know who this is. They didn't say who it was.
No more call.
Hello.
Hi, this is the Comics Pals. Who's this?
Oh my God, it's Matt Fisher. What up?
Dude, Matt Fisher. I'm so glad you called. Welcome back. I was literally just thinking about you the other day, wondering where Matt and his bad jokes.
Wow.
Well, I mean, first of all, thank you, Sean. Second of all, what's the best computer to sing with? Adele.
That's pretty good.
Tell me that's not
Oh, this is a pleasure to finally getting a chance to talk to you guys. Also, Volt, I think you need to find the outside of your basement, but that's fine. That was Volt, right? I didn't just accidentally call somebody else.
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. So what's up? I literally just logged on and I'm like, oh my God, we can call in. So what are we even talking about?
Whatever you want.
Yeah. Fallen.
Well, okay. So I haven't seen Brand New Day. I don't plan on seeing Brand New Day because I already know what happens. I'm very happy they did not decide to go with a man spider scene in that. That would probably bring the movie down. It's a kids movie, guys. You can't be upset that they're not showing a giant man spider thing in a kids movie. It's not made for us anymore. It's made for them.
Sean doesn't like that take.
No, I'm sorry. Look, Sean, it's the same thing with, Power Rangers. Yes, there are people out there, such as myself, that still watch Power Rangers. The show is not made for us anymore. And the show and the movies are not made for us anymore. They're made for kids. That's why Spider-Man sells out every week that it's on the shelf, because kids go out and pick up books.
Wait.
Hold on. That's what kids do.
Oh, okay. I think the comic book side of it is different. I think I was with you on the movie side to an extent.
What about the Power Rangers side? I feel like, hold on a second. Power Rangers was always for kids? Did you age out?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
No, you never age out. Hell, I'm going to California next week to go to Power Morphicon. You can't.
Hell yeah.
You can't tell me that aged out when there's still stuff happening.
I think Power Rangers is more for adults than you think, because I think that the primary people who still give a damn are adults. I don't think kids give a shit about Power Rangers.
Let me rephrase that. The show is still made for kids. We just happen to watch it in this case. But the movies, like the Marvel movies, they're not made for us. The best thing they can do for us is give us a James Marsden cameo in Doomsday. This is not our realm anymore. This is for them. We just happen to be bringing them along.
I ain't bringing any kids to my screenings.
They're annoying.
If you have kids.
They're the next generation of fans.
Which is why it's made for them and not for us.
Yeah, but they're going to be perpetually broke.
That's true.
They ain't going to be able to pay for it. The only people who can pay for stuff now are the older people.
But if I may, there's something deeper than just X-Men and everybody else and Spider-Man that I want to get into. Sean, you had an asthma attack while you were breaking up with someone?
I wasn't breaking up with this girl. I was trying to do something with her in her house when I was 17, and I had a massive allergy attack. That's how I learned that I was allergic to dairy. And I went in the bathroom and I looked a fucking hot mess. I was disgusting. And I thought that I was like, oh, this is my time. Wow, I'm finally going to lose it. And hell fucking no, because I was awful looking. And I definitely left the house right after that. And she definitely broke up with me and cheated on me with a druid.
Druid? Resto?
A druid.
Okay.
No.
First of all, the fact that she went out and found a druid, good Lord, what happened?
That's rough.
Second of all, John, that's a hell of a way to find out you're allergic to dairy. You never had a yogurt in your life before that?
It came upon me, man. I used to eat pizza like a madman.
Damn. That's karmic.
Aged out of pizza.
It was like my mutation.
Aged out of pizza, aged out of Marvel. On a more serious note, fellas, this is my first and possibly only chance to say this to all three of you. I appreciate everything you guys do. You guys make it very easy and accessible for new listeners and new readers and new moviegoers to find out what's going on. There are opinions on this channel, but there are not such, I'll say, biased opinions as such other critical channels. And I appreciate everything you guys do. On a different note, Marvel, I don't know what they're doing in terms of comic books. They're just kind of in place. There's no event, and yes, there is Armageddon. No, it's not making an impact like it's supposed to be. They're thinking Armageddon was supposed to be the big lead into this new Avengers series. I still haven't looked at it. I don't know what's going on in this book. The only thing I know is that Captain America is currently fighting the Red Skull in hell. That's all I know about that's going on in Armageddon. This is like the new age of heroes all over again from DC, except this time no one's reading this one. So I don't know what Marvel can do besides move to get themselves out of this pickle. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I hate to do this. I left my girlfriend in the other room with my mother, and I'm very terrified of what they're talking about. So I'm going to go back.
Good luck.
But
smart decision.
yeah, but hey, no, seriously, guys, thank you for having me on. I'd love to hear your opinions. And Tyler, stop spilling stuff. Have a good day.
What?
Take care.
See ya, Matt.
Drink it all this time.
Volt, listen up. That was probably the smartest thing he had to say. Don't leave your girl with your mother-in-law, or your mother, rather.
Yo,
Make
I
sure
would
you're
do
always in the room.
anything to get out that fucking room.
Sneak away for a little bit, because then you got her on your ass. Hey, you left me alone with your mom. Oh, this whole
Question,
thing.
Sean, I had a question. How old was the woman who you were over? Above?
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
What was her class?
She played a rogue.
Well, that's why. That makes sense. She's a rogue.
They're lawbreakers.
Yeah.
She was 20.
Oh, so the karmic gods were your dairyology prevented her from doing statutory. That's nice. Great. Cool.
Yeah. She was a whole patch above you, bro.
The gods intervened when they're needed most. This wasn't as much against you, Sean, as for her.
Right.
Oh my god.
That's
So
right.
I think you were just unfortunately
Caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, that happens.
Near said victim.
Yeah, I agree. Let's have a seat.
Oh no.
You see how this looks, right?
Yo.
I can't wait for that movie.
I see here you wanted to get married to a 17-year-old in World of Warcraft.
This is Near said Survivor for real.
Oh my god, dude. You're not kidding, man.
Duh.
Aaron Land says I just called with no answer. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear a call coming through. Tyler, did we get anything?
We were getting some while Matt was on the line. So if we have somebody who was on the line, it's not going to go through, or I might have to decline so it stops beeping us.
We'll do one or two more, and then we'll get out of here. And if we don't have any more calls, that's fine too.
Give it like 30 seconds. See what happens.
Yeah. Kyle says, sometime I got to share my story of hooking up with my long distance Final Fantasy 14 girlfriend. Dude, I'm here for all those kinds of stories. I need all the I met this girl in a video game story, or I met this person in a video game. I love that.
I once traveled to the Boston area to meet a doomsday prepper. All right. All right, listener, you are live. What's your name? What are you calling in for?
I'm new to the show, but I just heard that one last phone call and I wanted to give my opinion.
Okay.
Well, okay.
So like Power Rangers, I don't think that it is for us anymore. We have aged out, but we are stuck on it. So we are fans. We stay because we love it. That's not a bad thing. It's just, it's not for us anymore at all. And then with the Brand New Day, it's not made for kids. It's made for everybody. Families. In my theater, there was people up to 60 years old and 5-year-olds. So they can't do the Man Spider, I agree, but I would love to see that. But it's not just for kids. It's for everybody. It's not neutered. It's safe for everyone. Anybody can watch it.
Those movies have to be general
Spider-Man.
use to get the most people to go and see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The largest appeal.
Yep.
And so
Caller,
there's
what's your
things
name?
that Aaron.
Aaron, what's up, Aaron? Do you know any kids that currently watch Power Rangers?
One.
Okay.
And he watched it from his dad. So
yep.
That's what it is.
Even
Like,
then, they just filmed a new Power Rangers and Disney passed on it. So even Disney doesn't really
Yeah.
see the use in it for kids anymore.
And like those kids, like him, they don't watch New Power Rangers. They watch Mighty Morphin, like Turbo, all that stuff, because that's what their dad liked. So they don't branch out and watch. There's like 83 seasons of Power Rangers now. They ain't watching all that. They're watching what they have a history of from their family.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
And but it's like the opposite of Turtles, Ninja Turtles. I know this is off subject, but the Ninja Turtles have evolved every generation for
That's fair.
everybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
And kept people that liked it from. My favorite Ninja Turtles is the 2003 animated series. I love that show. But I can watch the new Ninja Turtles because they evolve and they bring the past with them while they pick up new people.
I think that's one of the issues though with Power Rangers, because I think that creatively who's owned it is bounced all over the place. Whereas Turtles, it's always been the same. Been Eastman really kind of being the creative focus there. So he's letting it evolve. Whereas Power Rangers is all over the place.
Yes. And it goes with like the Turtles. Each generation is the same Turtles, but they're different.
I see what you mean.
Yeah. They get to grow them. They get to change them in small ways, but meaningful for if you're a fan or if you're new.
Because I believe every product of any kind has to evolve in slight ways. You don't have to completely change, but you have to grow with the times. Sometimes it's character changes. Sometimes it's completely losing characters.
For a time.
Yes, for a time. Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to argue that last phone call about like Brand New Day. Like,
no, you're
we
good.
took my nephew, he's 9. Me and my wife we're in our 30s. There was a lady in there with a 5-year-old, and everybody was watching it. Of course, the 5-year-old's ain't going to pick up the great storytelling, but they're going to pick up, they seen Spider-Man, and it was, whoa,
Yeah.
And, but yeah, and Spider-Man is one of the few characters that can do that, in my opinion.
Appeal to all of it. Yeah.
Everybody. Because, especially us as comic book fans, we overthink everything. And we may not mean to, but we leave everybody else out of it by, it should have been this, should have been this. It's like Jean. I did not like the portrayal of Jean in the movie, but my wife watched one X-Men movie, and she's like, well, I can't wait to see what they do with her, because I explained, she goes, I assume she's going to Westchester, and that's what it looked like. And so there's people like to talk about, oh, that's not what Jean would do. And it's like, yes, but me as a fan, like, there's things that you have to also be willing as a fan to just kind of learn, like, let it play out. And yeah,
that's fair, man.
I just think that's what we need to do. It's just wait and see, because yeah,
that's understandable.
Could be good at the end of the day.
You said you were new, so thank you for checking us out. I really appreciate that. Hopefully you continue to enjoy the vibes around here, and I really appreciate you calling.
Yeah, no, thank you for answering and talking, guys. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Appreciate it.
All right. I think we can leave it there.
Yeah.
We took a bunch of calls. You guys got your word in edgewise. Thank you. We managed to turn this thing around, because at 9:50 this morning, we didn't know exactly what was going to happen, and we got a pretty dang good show out of it. And a huge reason for that is you guys showing up, supporting, no matter what happens. I really, really appreciate the love that you guys share with us every single fucking week. It never fails. So you guys are the real MVPs. Thank you for calling. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the comments. Everything. You guys rock. This Tuesday is our Batman Court of Owls book club at 8 p.m. Eastern, August 25th. It's going to be a great one. I've been wanting to talk about this comic on this channel for years, and we just never had a reason. Now we do. So that'll be awesome. Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Pals Pulls. And then before you know it, it's Saturday again, and we are right back here on the main show talking comics. Maybe we'll have Rom V, maybe we won't. I don't know yet, but either way, come hang out with us as you always do. Until next time, peace, pals.